Okay. All right, cool. We are live on YouTube and Instagram. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Appreciate you all for being here. Welcome back to the Age of Men podcast. Back like we never left. And let's start the show.
Viewer discretion advised.
Bad vibrations?
Not suitable for work.
Son of a bitch.
Warning, if you are highly sensitive, overly emotional, or easily triggered, do us all a favor and quietly tune out. No need ruining the good time of others simply because you are a beta or a bitch. Age of Men podcast with your co-host in crime, Nick and Julius. Initiate launch sequence.
Yo, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Age of Men podcast. We appreciate you all for being here. To quote Brian Atlas, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. You're here with us, and I appreciate that. Ho! No, I'm playing. Got some interesting topics to talk about tonight. One of the main themes we're going to talk about is there is a story of a woman who left her husband because he was too perfect. And then we got some other topics we're going to get into. Also, very, very interesting stuff. We got two guests on the show tonight. We appreciate them being here. We tried to get other guests on. Unfortunately, they could not make it, but God
they're
bless
lost.
them. Yeah. But hey, God bless them nonetheless. If you guys want to introduce
They're dead to me,
yourself,
Julius. Those people are dead to me.
I mean, Nick's views are not my views.
God bless them, Julius, not from me. You're dead to me.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So if you guys want to introduce yourself, let the audience know who you guys are, what you guys do. We'll start with Duran. Go ahead.
What's up, everyone? I'm Duran Ward, coming out of Highland, California. As you can see, I do street interviews. Check out my channel, Ward on the Street. Hit me up on IG at Mr. Ward 91.
You guys may recognize him. He's the better-looking Nick replacement. When I'm not available.
That was a good show, though. I was like, Nick, you look so different.
I think there was two, right? If I'm not mistaken, maybe, or something like that.
No, you did one.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Megan, if you want to introduce yourself while you're over there working, you should not be doing that. You should be
all business things. I'm triple tapping right now.
Maybe don't do that.
Did
Maybe
you cut the shit for the intro? No.
Yeah. Kind of just take a little lunch
Funny.
break. If you want to take like a long lunch break. No, but Megan, if you want to tell the folks who you are, go ahead.
I'm Megan. I'm from Florida, the best state ever.
You have a occupation? Aren't you an entrepreneur?
Well, I'm applying to grad school right now, but I'm taking a bit of a gap just to take a break from academics because anybody who knows, my last semester of undergrad was chaos. Had 6 classes. But on the side, I have a small business.
What quick you say it was chaos? How so?
I was taking 6 classes.
Oh.
So
Her occupation is Age of Men co-host as the little sister.
/ entrepreneur /
entrepreneur. Nice.
/ college student. Yeah, triple threat.
Nice.
Hold on. What do you sell exactly for your?
Well, I sell like
business?
hair accessories. I sell Disney ears because I do come from Central Florida. I make scrunchies, hair
You make all
bows.
this stuff yourself, right? It's all handmade.
Yeah, and I do like handmade like bow ties too.
They're good. I mean, I'm not a girl, so it's not my stuff I would buy, but they're good quality. They look great.
Thanks.
All right. Um, if you guys don't mind me asking, what's your relationship status, Megan? What's yours?
Yeah, here we go, Megan. I didn't ask.
That's for people
Is
with
that what you
blind
guys were
spot.
talking about before the show? That what you guys were
Yeah,
talking about?
I was like,
Oh,
I
okay.
won't bring it up.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, you don't gotta get anything deep. I'm just asking, just for the audience, like, what's your relationship status, if you don't mind?
Not single.
Okay, so you're
I'll,
taken,
Okay.
I'll just say that.
right? So you're taken.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say? You got a boyfriend?
Yep.
Okay. And I sound like one of those police officers. You got a boyfriend? You know where he's at right now?
Where's he at?
Duran. Duran, what about you?
Fairly newly single.
Single, ready to mingle, bro.
Yeah,
Wait,
single.
you said newly single, so you were taken?
Yeah, up until January, I was seeing this girl for
Oh.
about a year.
Oh,
Her loss, Duran. Her loss, bro.
Yeah,
who initiated the breakup?
I did.
Boss.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Some
They-
have
I
standards
mean-
out here, ladies.
There's 8 billion people on this planet. Don't worry.
Yeah, she was doing some things I didn't approve of.
Yeah, you gotta
That's
cut
good.
that, man. Good for you.
Yeah, no. The best thing is always to lay your boundaries down. The worst thing you can do is act like it ain't happening because she's so attractive. You gotta keep her around. That's that scarcity mindset. She's so attractive. She might be doing these things that I know gives me butterfly, but yet I want to keep her because she's the best thing since sliced bread. Men
Yeah.
get like that.
Julius, that's sympathetic. Don't be sympathetic.
Yeah, yeah,
There's 8 billion people on this planet.
yeah. All right, cool. Okay. I actually wanted to jump into something. I mean, I know we have like a main topic and we'll get to that, but I wanted to jump into something that Megan brought up to me because I think this is an interesting conversation to have. Megan and I were kind of debating on this, and
Does it have to do with TikTok?
a video that you well,
With what you
We'll
saw
bring
on
it-
TikTok?
yeah, we'll bring it up, but it's the one that you showed me. I mean, regardless of where it came from, it's still it's fascinating. At least for me, it's pretty fascinating, and I think we should talk about it. And because this kind of segues in from Duran, you know, the boundaries, right? Your girl is doing some things, she has some boundaries, and I think this would be a great conversation to have to jump right into this. So let me go ahead and bring up
Just
this
lead
video
with it,
quick.
baby. So, Duran, did you basically have to tell her, ho no? No.
You said what?
Ho no?
I told her pretty much. I told her I didn't want her hanging around with this this group of girls that she just made friends with, and sure enough, she snuck out to to hang out with these girls, and not only that, but
oh no.
she
Yeah.
went to it was actually a house party, but she tried to make it seem like it was just a little
Her girlfriend's
Friends.
off just having a little sleepover.
a little friends get together,
Amazing.
and so yeah, I
Buster,
wasn't having it.
May I ask how you ended up catching her?
I finally got her to spit it out.
Oh,
Yeah, I got her to admit to it.
wow. That's not easy to do.
Yeah.
Good for you.
But no, I don't know if you want me to go into detail about like the friend group or whatever.
Well,
Yeah. So,
no,
if you're willing to.
yeah.
As long as you don't
you
say
don't-
like names and stuff.
no,
then
yeah, I
you're not
won't
really
say
hurting
names or
Yeah.
anything like that. So,
yeah.
like,
Real
Go,
quick.
go ahead.
Yeah, if
Wait.
you don't mind, Duran, if you don't mind, if you want to tell your story, you can. While I pull this video up, you can tell your story.
okay, yeah,
Let's call her
So-
Medea.
yeah,
Let's call her
yeah.
Meg.
So pretty much, I mean, yeah, my girl at the time, she had made a new group of girlfriends or whatever, and so I meet with them on a Sunday brunch, right? They were out at brunch, they're getting some drinks. I got off work, my girl told me to pull up, so I pull up, and they go from the restaurant, and then we walk down to the club because it's in the near vicinity or whatever, right? And pretty much these new group, I mean, the new friends, they're cool and all, they seem nice, but the way that they were acting in the club was insane. Like, okay, first of all, they're wearing these skimpy little dresses, right? And as they're dancing, you can see their monkey. You can see their monkey swinging around. Okay, like you can see everything. It was crazy, and I'm just like, I'm looking at all this taking place, and I'm like, I tell my girl, I'm like, hey, look, they're nice and all, but I don't want you hanging around these girls. Keep in mind, they got boyfriends. All these girls got boyfriends.
Mm.
Sympathetic boyfriend.
But yet they're out here at the club doing this and acting this way. And I didn't want my girl to get influenced by that. So I told her, I'm like, look, I don't want you hanging around these girls anymore. And that was that.
Hey, did you say that you were going to the club after brunch? So like, what, like 2 p.m.? That's
it was around 4 or 5. Yep.
Amazing.
There's clubs open at 2 p.m.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Especially here in Cali. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially here in Cali.
My goodness.
Sunday.
So these, because obviously, I mean, these girls have boyfriends and they're influencing your girlfriend. When you initially told her, hey, you know, I'm not feeling this, you shouldn't hang around these girls, they're bad news, what was her first reaction?
Don't be ridiculous, Duran. It's not anything.
She was like, yeah, but why? They have boyfriends and they're not doing anything. They're just, they're out here having fun.
Pussy's out in the club.
At the end of the night, they're just gonna go to their boyfriends. Matter of fact, their boyfriends are gonna come pick them up right now.
Yeah,
just like I don't care about any of that.
Yeah,
I don't care.
that's like the worst when they do that, because it's like and that's I never, that always bothered me with relationships where it's like I can go to the club and go have dance with all these guys, and if a guy hits on me, I'm gonna go home to you though. It's like that's like basically saying if a guy comes and touch my butt, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna go home to you. You can touch my butt too. I'm like, that's very cuck-like behavior. You know what I mean?
You're gonna fantasize about that guy while they're banging you later at best. Is what?
Yeah, like her eyes are closed, and you're like, why are your eyes closed? Look at me.
Oh, Tony. It's like, my name's Nick.
So yeah, it's just
you like a basic white boy name. How could you forget?
White.
Oh, literally.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of boundaries, let's pull this video up that I saw. Let me see. It was this one. So this is a guy who is taking the picture with I don't know if it's his girlfriend because I see no wedding ring. So I don't know, but it looks like they're obviously in a serious relationship. And
I don't see a ring on his finger either, so let's just assume.
It looks like she could be pregnant. I'm just saying.
So in this video, he's taking the picture with her, and you see how her dress is on her right shoulder. She pulls it down, and he's pulling it up.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like he's not trying to have her expose like herself like that.
So, bitch, what are you doing?
I think my sister has a dress in blue. I'm not even joking.
So check the video out here.
Was she trying to show her shoulder off too?
Well, hang on. Well, we'll get to that. Let's play this video real quick.
Hold on. Let me be a little slutty. Hold on. Let me get my outfit sluttier.
You're not. Nice.
Stop it. I want to be a little slutty.
Now, I'm not going to play the rest of the part because this guy is like a simp right here.
I want to see his dancing.
No, we're not watching that. We're not watching his gay dance.
They're taking a wholesome couple picture, seemingly so on the surface, but she seems to have it that she must insist on showing off a little skin against her boyfriend's wishes. That's what's going on there.
Right, and yeah. So this is what I see from it, right? I mean, in that video, that guy, the black dude, maybe wants to see dance. We're not going to watch that. It's very gay, but he basically
I want you to watch it and then recreate the dance.
No,
on your own time.
He basically telling men that them saying that the guy has boundaries or have any kind of reaction, like they're wrong. The black dude is saying that the guys are wrong for saying that the guy in the video is right. And that's what Megan and I were talking about. And I was saying that, let's say the guy was married, right? If you're married and your husband tells you not to show off your shoulders like that because it's like provocative, like it can be intended as provocative, and she's not listening, then she's not being submissive. Even as a girlfriend, she's not respecting her boyfriend that she wants to show off her skin in these pictures for other people to see, because she's going to post it on social media. So it's like you're doing that to impress other people, but your boyfriend is trying to keep you modest, and you disrespect him by doing that. So I want to get your thoughts on that. Duran, I want to start with you. What's your thoughts on that? Was the guy right for trying to keep his girl modest, or was he doing too much?
No, yeah, like if he sees that that's what he wants, then yeah, like he should be doing that. You know, he should be the judge and the moderator of that, and she should respect him. Like if this is your man and you love him and you see a future with this person, why wouldn't you want to listen to him? You know,
Yeah.
It's
simple as that.
disrespect, number one, but number two, more importantly, arguably, if you expect a man, if you're tasking him with protecting you and looking out for you, then he has to have some sort of say in what you can and can't do that will endanger yourself or bring about unwanted attention or anything else that he's going to have to deal with as your protector. And if he's doing that, he's saying, okay, look, I don't feel comfortable with that. I don't want the extra attention this is going to bring if I'm the one responsible for protecting you, because it could bring potential problems. Then I have to deal with them. I have to fight or do whatever to protect you. So stop doing that.
Yeah. Megan, what do you think?
I feel like you showed that video for a reason.
Megan, what do you wait? Let me guess what Megan's gonna say. It's just the shoulders. I don't understand. What's the big deal?
Reminds me of Muslim cultures.
Am I on, dude?
Oh god.
No, I was the assistant.
Wait,
Just for you,
wait,
Megan, just for you.
so why does it remind you of a Muslim culture?
I don't know, like those, like, I don't know. I guess I come from Miami where, like, again, when I mentioned my sister, like, has that similar dress, it wasn't, like, similar like that. It just came, you know, like, with it off the shoulder look and stuff. But I don't know. I guess from their perspectives, they think it's controlling because you see other guys who don't have a problem
from
as,
your
like,
perspective,
that. Because, like,
Julius,
right,
you're saying that it seems like a Muslim country where they're trying to clothe their women totally.
no. I got that. I just want to hear
Wait,
Megan's take. I want to know what Megan thinks.
I rewatched the video a couple of times. I don't think the couple's married nor engaged or just, like, you know, taking cute photos together. I just see two people who clearly are not right for each other. I was saying, like, there's 8 billion people on this planet. I feel like he didn't do a good job, you know, finding a woman, like, who truly, like, meets his standards and stuff. And I feel like guys try so hard to, like, they get so blinded by, you know, how a person looks that, you know, they're willing to settle for somebody who really doesn't meet their standards and stuff. Like, I feel like they purposely pick total opposites.
Sure,
So,
but
Megan, can you see the merit in why, if a man's expected to, he's tasked, he's responsible for protecting you, why he might have some say in what you're willing to or what you're allowed to reveal in public of yourself?
well, if that girl's not, you know, if that girl doesn't meet his standards in that way, then they just shouldn't be together, and he should find somebody who
I would
does.
agree with you on that, but can you see the principle there where it's like, if we're expecting these men, we're giving them the responsibility of protecting us, shouldn't they have some sort of say in how revealing we're allowed to be in public?
In a way, yeah, but only for people, like, who actually do meet your standards. Like, are you gonna, like, purposely marry somebody who's, like, complete and total opposite of you as far as, like, morals, you know, what they believe, how they dress, and all that stuff?
Hang on. Aside from what you think, whether or not they're wrong or right for each other, I just want to know your take of, in that situation. Let's say that was your boyfriend. Let's say that's you in that situation, and he, you know, you're pulling your dress down to your shoulder, and he pulls it back up. Is he right or is he wrong?
I'm trying to see if I was wearing that dress, how I would, like, picture it.
Well, hypothetically speaking,
In
that's
principle,
you.
Megan. In principle.
Hang on. That's hypothetically speaking. That's you in that video. That's you, and you're pulling your dress down.
Why?
And the
Because
man
she's
pulling
looking
it
at
up.
you.
Is he? I'm asking. Is he right or is he wrong? That's all I want to know. Is he right or is he wrong?
I don't even know if there's, like, right or wrong, because not every guy thinks like that.
Megan,
But if
I
he
guess
doesn't
that's why
protect
you
you, doesn't
can
he have some say in it?
Hmm?
If he's
wait, hang on, hold on, Nick. Sorry, real quick, before you get there. Hold on, Megan, real quick. You gotta answer this question because, like, you're deviating so much, it's insane. Is the man right or wrong? If that was your boyfriend,
I don't think he's right.
Dress back up, is he right or is he wrong?
I don't really think anyone's, like, right or wrong here. It's just I just feel like they don't align.
I got this, Julius. So, Megan, if he's expected to be the protector,
she's just deviating.
You protect him.
Megan, if we expect the man to protect the woman, shouldn't he have some say in how revealing she can be in
Listen,
public?
you protect and provide for your wife. Your wife is somebody you choose. Choose somebody who aligns with you.
So my girlfriend, I'm not protecting for before she's my wife?
Does she align like all your values?
Of course, but take that for
If
granted.
all
that,
your
yes, they're
values
gonna align.
align.
No, if they align, yes, but then like
If you want to say over,
the
say
principle.
over how your woman dresses, don't marry somebody who dresses.
But Megan, hear me out. Can you agree with the concept on this? That if a man is tasked with protecting the woman, he should be able to have some say on what she's wearing in public.
But then where do you draw the line when it comes to like how?
Well,
Wait,
that's why I'm asking
hold on.
you.
Yeah, Megan, hold on. Let me go ahead and frame it this way. Okay, let me ask you this.
I'm just more like, if you don't like how she dresses, don't date a girl who dresses provocatively.
Wait, but hold on, because I'm trying to. I think we can all agree about who's right and who's wrong. If you meet somebody that doesn't meet your standard, obviously we can understand that's obviously not good. I think we can all agree on that we tend to pick wrong. Absent picking somebody who's wrong from you, that's absent. No, hold on, Megan, hold on. Let me get this out, and I promise you respond. Okay, absent picking somebody who's wrong. All right, absent that.
Marriages. Got it.
Hang on, Megan. Hold on. I promise I'll give it to you. Hang on. Absent picking wrong. If that was you in that situation, and you're pulling your dress down to show off a little skin, and your boyfriend's pulling it back up, is your boyfriend right or is he wrong?
Like if I was in that position and he did that, I'd be a little sussed out. And also, so would my dad.
So you don't want to protect you then?
Well, to me, the way I look at it is like the dress is like floor length. So I mean,
you don't want him to protect you though. His influence of protection. The
way I look at it is that it could lead to being controlling in like other aspects to the point where like it's not even godly behavior.
You don't want to protect her then. There it is.
Define protector.
Also, you want to wear the pants. Amazing.
Yeah, protector just means
pants right now.
Well, hold on. But protector just means that the man is protecting you from putting yourself in situations that doesn't deserve to be attended. That's what that protection is, to keep you out of uncomfortable situations.
Unwanted attention that could cause trouble.
Right. And so you're saying that it's sus, it's controlling, but why is it that you women want men to lead, but when he's trying to lead you to modesty, you want to be combative?
Because I guess people have like different definitions of like what modesty like is and isn't and stuff. Like how far.
Man's definition of it would be the most important thing to you, right?
It's kind of weird, especially because like how people grow up and stuff.
Shouldn't your man who you've tasked as your leader be the one who defines it for you? What's the appropriate amount of modesty?
I don't know what his definition of modesty. Someone else's definition of modesty.
It doesn't matter. He's your leader, right? You trust his judgment. You want a leader. Once again, we show that the young modern woman is not willing to let the man lead, even though they claim they want it.
Yeah, Megan, let me ask you this: Do you? And I just want a simple yes or no. Do you agree? Do you agree with? Do you agree with submission in marriage?
To a particular extent, only if he submitted to God.
No. Okay, let's just say he did all that. I just want a yes or no. Like I literally just want a yes or no. Do you believe in submission? Yes or no?
To God, yes.
But not to your husband.
Okay. No, yeah. Hold on.
He's not submitted to God. Like if he's living in sin and stuff.
Yeah, sure. Hold on. Okay. Let's just say you get married. Okay. He's a man of God. He's everything. He's perfect, right? He's perfect. He's absolutely perfect. There's not a single hold on. There's not a single abuse in his body, not a single nothing. He's 100% perfect, reading the Bible every day, 7 days a week, all that kind of stuff. Right? He works on the farm. Yeah, he's perfect, right?
Sounds
let's say well, okay, let's say that you guys are married, and then let's say, for example, you guys go out to eat. And he notices that when you guys go out to eat, you have a certain outfit on, and let's say your dress was just a little bit too short. He says, "Hey, that dress is a little too short. It might draw some attention." Hold on, Megan.
He's already answering by doing this, but go ahead.
Right. So your dress is a little bit too short, and mind you, we're talking about submission here, because you're a Christian, he's a Christian, so both of you guys are following God's way of submission, like it says in Ephesians. Wives should obey their husbands. Husbands should love their wives. So he sees your dress is a little bit too short. He say, "Hey, that's a short dress. Would you mind changing?" Will you change?
What does the dress look like?
Nope. There it is.
Yep. You're a feminist. You're a feminist.
Well, I'm saying to be more a little bit more specific. Is it knee length? Is it like
No,
right above the
you're
ankles?
it doesn't
Is
matter.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
Megan, what it is your man has a problem with it. And are you going to respect his request for you to change or defy it?
Well, I wouldn't marry a guy like that.
So you don't
Why?
want a leader and a protector that has standards for you then. That's
Yeah,
what
you're-
I'm saying.
Look, listen, my view is people have standards for themselves. Marry somebody who aligns with you.
You don't want a leader and a
Like,
protector?
don't.
I thought you did. I thought you wanted a leader and a protector. A traditional Christian man, right?
Ish.
Let me ask you this. Wait, hold on. Let me ask you this. Okay, yeah. So let me go ahead and ask you this, Megan.
I
Your
grew up in a
boyfriend,
Cuban household.
Sure. Your boyfriend, right? Let's say you guys go on a date, and your boyfriend says, "I'm going to bring a female friend." Do you let him?
Female friend.
Yeah. Let's say he brings a female friend. Would you let him do that?
Okay, that now you're giving me a false equivalence.
No. I'm giving you a hypothetical to test your logic.
Oh, gosh.
So if he brings a female, he says, "Hey, I'm gonna bring a female friend to the date."
You're saying I
Would you
should
be okay?
submit to him bringing a female friend?
No. I'm asking you, would you let him do that?
No,
Why not?
because that's infidelity.
So you wouldn't let him do that, but yeah, if he says, "Hey, your dress is too short," you think, "Yeah, find out what kind of dress it is." You gotta go into details. He just saying dress is too short.
How would you define short?
See what I'm talking about?
Infidelity?
See what I mean? See what I mean? See what I
How do
mean?
you-
How do you define infidelity? Because isn't revealing your body to others besides your husband infidelity?
What am I revealing?
Whatever he's not comfortable with.
Wait, sorry, I'm
Like
doing
you-
this part.
Amazing.
No,
because you
repeat it.
said-
I'm sorry, I'm doing this part right now.
Well,
Actually,
because
it's really smart.
you said that you were not. You said that it would be infidelity if he brought a female friend, and then that was your response. But when I'm saying that he's saying that your dress is too short, you're like, define too short. Well, define infidelity.
Define. Well, I'm saying define too short. Like, is it knee length? Is it
No, but
right
yeah,
at my
we got you
thigh?
on that.
Define
too short, but
infidelity.
Basically, breaking what people would consider marriage vows, stepping outside of marriage or relationships. Actively pursuing somebody else while in a relationship.
Revealing your intimate self to
Right.
somebody that's not your husband.
While I'm revealing my calves.
No, but what you just said about revealing something to somebody else. What if he feels your dress will bring that same unwanted attention that some other guy will come along and sees that? Because the problem is, it just sounds like you have an issue with submitting to your husband, which is funny because you're a Christian, and it literally says to obey your husband. But it sounds like you don't want to obey your husband.
Wives.
No, hold on. Love wives, but not obey. Wives are to obey. Husbands are to love. Therefore, he
Bible
loves
set up
you
to
enough.
hurt
Hold on,
women.
stop. He loves you enough to tell you that your dress is too short. He doesn't want unwanted attention. He doesn't want that for you. That's his love for you. So why is it that you cannot obey him?
So no matter whatever, I normally don't get attention.
But it's disrespectful to him first and foremost. And you either care so much
You
about
can't make
your
this
body
stuff
off.
up, man.
So
You
it's
can't
not
make
even
this
I
stuff
barely
up.
get attention. Okay.
So Megan,
I've been single for a long time.
You have such an urge to show your body off that you will blatantly disrespect.
Oh, he left.
Uh-oh.
It's not
Our
that
Wi-Fi's are messed up. we
not
got
that I
bad Wi-Fi.
it's not that I haven't. It's not that I have an urge to do that. I mean, I wear stuff and I think it's perfectly fine. It's not like revealing and stuff.
No,
like
but-
that's not really an issue. But I guess it's more of like what would be considered like unreasonable, especially if it was a dress. Let's just say my dad's okay with me wearing and stuff. Especially if I'm not married. If I'm not married to that person, and it's a dress, for example, my dad thinks it's fine, but for some reason, like he has a problem with it. I wouldn't think it's reasonable. I mean, that's just how I grew up.
So you want to show your body off at the expense of disrespecting your man?
What
we're at?
I was saying, I was giving an example of like if he had like a problem with what I'm wearing, but it was like a dress that my dad was okay with wearing, and me an unmarried woman, like what I would think is like reasonable and unreasonable.
Real quick, I want to read this comment from Grace. She said, "If my husband is reasonable and feels uncomfortable about what I'm wearing, why would I want him? Why would I want to make him feel that way? That's wrong." And I agree with Grace. That's submission. That's
Ask
what I'm talking
Megan
about.
that. Megan, did you hear that question?
Yes, I saw it. I have eyes.
Yeah, if your boyfriend was reasonable and he feels uncomfortable with your dress being a little bit too short, that it might bring some unwanted attention. Why would you want to be like, what kind of dress it is? It doesn't matter what kind of dress. The dress is too short. Period. He's uncomfortable with the dress being too short, and he says, "Hey, would you mind changing? Because it might bring
Fine,
some
I'll put
unwanted
myself in a
attention."
position of abuse. Don't worry.
How is that a position of abuse?
Yeah. How's that abuse?
What does he define as modesty, first of all?
He's saying the dress is too short. Period. He's your husband.
What does he define as too short?
Yeah. See, you're
Whatever he's
a
uncomfortable
feminist.
with, hon.
You're a feminist, Megan.
Don't you
I know.
want to
You're
make your
a
husband comfortable if you can?
I'm the
in
part-time
simple ways?
feminist, I know.
So you'd
part-time.
rather reveal your body than make your husband comfortable?
I don't know what I'm revealing because have you met
It
him?
doesn't matter. It makes him uncomfortable, whatever it is. But
I
you'd
don't think
rather do
I'm-
that than make him comfortable?
I don't think I'm that attractive enough to make him feel uncomfortable.
Repeal the 19.
Okay. Let me ask you this then. Okay, let me go ahead and ask you this. Let's step it up one notch. And
Why
now I
not go
promise
to the
we'll-
actual topic?
Well,
Well, hang
Megan,
on.
fair enough. After we're done grilling you, you get to bring up your topic and you can ask us the hard questions.
Yeah, we'll do that. So let me just
You're a
ask
good
you this,
sport.
right?
Yeah.
Let's bring it up a notch, okay?
Uh-oh.
Up and up.
Let's say let's say you have a guy friend, like at school, whatever the case, right? And he's constantly talking to you. He may potentially like you. He's just your guy friend, but your boyfriend knows it, and he's like, he feels uncomfortable with you having that guy friend. Like, you see him at school, you talk to him, but your boyfriend feels uncomfortable because he sees that the guy likes you, and he says, "Listen, I like you, Megan. I want to be with you, but I think this guy can be a problem in our relationship." Matter of fact, let's say your boyfriend is your husband, because boyfriend can be a little bit. Let's say he's your husband, and you have a guy friend, and your boyfriend, now your husband, hypothetically speaking. Let's say he goes, "Yeah, I'm not okay with that guy friend." What?
I know how Megan's gonna answer this. Go ahead, Megan.
No, I mean, if he's my husband, I'm gonna respect him, not like make him feel uncomfortable by talking to like a guy friend and stuff. But this reminded me, oh my gosh, remember the guy friend I was talking about? You're like, why haven't you asked him out or all that stuff?
Yeah.
Crazy plot twist turn of events.
He's gay.
He came out to me as bi, actually.
I knew it, dude. That was what I was saying from the jump, man. That's not a plot twist.
Oh, he wasn't into me after all.
He's only bi because
Well,
Megan turned him. He's bi because Megan turned him down so much. He's like, "Screw this."
Yeah, he wasn't until
If they don't want me, if she don't want me, he will want me.
he's bi now after dealing with you.
No, you were mentioning guy friend. I was like, wow, this is a crazy plot twist turn of events. I have to tell Julie.
Bro, you remember I called that. I was like, unless he's gay, why isn't he trying to be with you as a straight man?
Because he's not like fully, he's like bi and stuff. Like he's still into women and stuff, but he could be into guys.
Dude,
So I was
if
like,
you
I just thought
with
that
a
was
dude,
the
you're gay.
craziest
But
plot twist.
he's just not into girls, and that's why he
I
didn't
thought
start
women will
with
be
you.
single forever. Well, I mean, I'm not single, so
Oh,
I'm absolutely
You're a Democrat, like.
yep. My voter registration says Republican, very democratic of me.
But you might vote Republican, but you have a feminist worldview.
I feel like I'm a part-time this, part-time that, because I'm one of the most pro-life people without exceptions. Heck, I'm actually what Julius calls an abolitionist of abortion.
Well, real quick, we'll test that, and then I promise you we'll move on to something else. So would you just consider yourself an abolitionist then?
Yeah,
Would
it should be unthinkable.
So you're against abortion for any reason?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you criminalize the women who have an abortion?
Uh-oh.
If she goes outside of like, if it's completely like banned and stuff, and she tries to resort to her own, way of, I can't use certain words on here. Sorry.
She does it illegally with a dog.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
If she tries to do that, or she tries to, take.
Let's say eradicate.
Any way, shape, or form.
Let's just say take certain things to cause her own miscarriage. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if
Because if she wants to do it, but she's not going to go down that route and it's illegal, then it's just not going to happen. She's going to have to.
Right. Okay. So you are for criminalizing women who have an abortion then?
Yeah.
Based.
Okay. Cool.
See?
All right. Listen.
Not so bad
All right,
after all.
Megan, you passed the hot seat round. Now, what do you want
I
to
mean,
pass up?
you're like, yeah, you're based on that, but I think you're still pretty. You're still a
Absolutely
feminist.
not based on
Part
the
time
husband following
disparaging
thing.
that.
On submitting to your husband, that is
Yeah.
not based at all.
There's
But
certain
Yeah.
things that just aren't like an issue in my life and stuff. Like I mean, I think I
Wait,
have
hold on.
style and stuff.
Hold on,
that's
Megan. Would you consider yourself a feminist?
Define a feminist. I got to
yeah.
take that quiz
Uh,
to see if I'm actually.
actually, no. I got you. It's
Yeah.
based on the belief in the egalitarian system. Like you want equalism for both male and female.
Why is
Yes, she wants that, but I'll define it one step further, Megan. Women
No, I was like,
need
why
to
is it
stand up and
mouth open
unite
like
against males' oppression that they've encountered forever. That's feminism.
Well,
Believing
no,
males are oppressors.
well, no. So Nick, you're not wrong on that. But like what I understand that the actual definition is
So I know that's
Yeah.
not the real definition, but technically, but I'm saying that's the actual that's the unspoken definition. They actually
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
resentment against men. They think they're abusers and all this, and it's not equality they want. They actually want the abusers to be punished and unequal.
Yeah, I mean, because if you look at, and obviously you look at early feminism, they basically want equality. It's an egalitarian system, basically.
Right.
So
Yeah, that was
so
the
would
argument.
you?
But yeah, just like the gay people, man, they got equality already. And what more are they fighting for? They're still fighting. They want to
I
suppress.
know, just like trans. Yeah.
Yeah, we
So
should reverse all that.
so do you believe that men and women are equal, Megan?
No,
Base.
Okay, so
in
then,
certain ways.
so do you think that women should have a right to vote?
Yeah,
Why?
I like voting. We're
But-
American
but-
citizens. There's
But why? But why should women have the right? Why should women have the right to vote?
Megan gets annoyed with this question.
if you're gonna get to only if they serve military time. Hey, my dad served. I recently learned how to shoot.
Megan, you're
and-
learning from us well because I was definitely going to take it there next.
I mean, my boyfriend actually did teach me how to shoot, and in a month, I'm actually going to be applying for my concealed carry permit.
Right. So let me get back to my question. Why should women have the right to vote?
Why not?
Why so?
I like
No,
voting.
but why so? Like, I'm asking why.
Fine, I'll
why
tell
do
you why I love voting. Because I know by beliefs, I'm an American citizen. I mean, I have my own small business, and I'm going to be working once I actually have my master's degree, just because with what I want to do, you need a minimum of a master's degree and stuff. And I'm going to be contributing to this society, and I mean, I'm of age. I'm an American citizen.
So
I
why
have
not
a-
just allow?
Contributing wearing the pants against a man that's trying to be your protector. Yeah, all kinds
Well, the
of
current
Yeah,
man in office is doing a terrible job.
Yeah. So aside from that, though, aside from Biden and what he's doing, you think women should have the right to vote, but majority of women in America vote Democrat. They vote for social programs, whereas if men
Then
voted,
that's them.
right, but
Why not try to
but the
change
whole-
their
but-
minds?
yeah, but see, you might be an exception, but I think that if you were to vote, why not? If you talking about getting married, I mean, do you want to get married one day?
Yes,
Okay, so then why not just let your husband vote?
because I like
He's an
voting.
oppressor. He might be oppressive and abusive.
I mean, but no, but why not just let him vote? Like, just let him vote.
That's the
Well,
answer. Don't trust
well,
her.
him-
She has a fear
Do
of
you-
men,
do you-
mistrust.
Well, I'm pretty sure if we're both voting for the same thing, he wants me to also vote. Because I mean, the one extra vote.
Okay,
Let me just leave it. Let me just like.
How
put it
about this? Duran, do you think women should have the right to vote? What'd you say?
we can't hear you.
You're
No, I
beautiful.
can't hear you.
Do sign language. Write it down.
He did.
Write it down.
No, I can't hear you. When your phone went black for a second, that's when I think you
Hey,
you
leave
were
and
on
come
mute.
back. That's what I had to do. Drop out and come back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before Nick gets to that, literally me and my boyfriend, like we both lean the same way, and we even talked about like once like November comes around and stuff that we were gonna go vote together.
Right, but so for example, I can understand if like the husband says, "Hey, I want you to vote this way so that we can make the economy better." If your boyfriend, and obviously you say you guys vote the same way, but if he's like telling you, "Hey, Megan, we're gonna vote for Trump," like, would you?
I'll be
do
like,
that?
hell yeah.
What if he's like, we're
Okay.
going to vote to take away women's right to vote?
Well, that's not on the ballot. No.
Well, no, hold on. That's- Wait, well, hold on. That's a good question. What if there was a vote where it was a vote to repeal the 19th, and he told you and said, "Hey, I'm going to vote for this, to repeal the 19th. So we can have the husbands vote in the household, and I want you to vote this way too." Would you do it?
She would secretly go against him, and then
Can you-
pretend he didn't.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Loud and clear.
Finally.
Okay, yeah. No, I was saying, yeah, no, women should not be allowed to vote.
Except
Why
do you-
Why do you say that?
Yeah,
Because I mean, overall, I mean, if worse comes to worse, right, and we get invaded by another country, they're not going to be the first line of defense. Or if we have
Yeah.
to go and we have to go attack people, they're not going to be the first line of defense, or the first ones to go out and do the shooting.
Duran, scoot back real
Oh,
quick so that we can see
oh,
your
yeah.
face. Yeah,
You
yeah,
got me?
yeah.
Yeah.
You're too
So
good looking to not be seen.
Yeah.
No homo.
and so, with that being said, no, they shouldn't have a say at the table because they're not active the way men are active. And on top of that, yeah, I mean, just if you just look at how typically women vote, they do vote for the social programs. They vote for the dumb shit that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't help anything. They
Yeah.
vote for the things that just keep the cycle of bullshit going on. So
Yeah.
Big
They
government.
vote for
yeah.
LGBT. They vote for social programs. They vote for high taxes because they're going to help out minorities and things like that. It's really bizarre the things they vote for.
yeah, and
you
so
wanna
there
respond to
are
that?
exceptions to the rule. You know, there are women that do make smart choices out there, but
But they don't
unfortunately-
outweigh the chaos being caused by the majority.
yeah, exactly. There's just it's not there's not enough of them. So with that being said, they all need their rights taken away.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Megan. Do you have a response?
Because-
if you're
Yeah,
saying,
'cause
if you're
at one
saying
point,
the only way women can vote is if they enlist, I'll happily enlist. My dad's a veteran. I recently learned how to shoot. I'm ready.
Wait, slow down a little bit. What'd you say?
Sorry, I'm trying to look for my needle for my little sewing
she
thing.
was saying that about when it comes to women serving in the military, she's saying that because she's learning how to shoot, that you're ready. But Megan, it takes a
Oh.
lot more than just
Well,
shooting.
my dad's a veteran. I was saying my dad's a veteran.
Megan,
I would
fuck
No,
not.
but-
no, I don't want you on the battlefield.
But yeah, men and
I'll
women
gladly-
are but men and women are different. Like our physical bodies are different. You guys are not able to handle the things that we can handle when it comes to being out in the field like that. Like our bodies are physically different. Men can endure more when they go into war versus a woman.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. If I'm a soldier and I'm in the foxhole and I look over and my partner in crime, my soldier right next to me is Megan, I'm taking that gun and blowing my fucking head.
Let me do it.
Or you might do it accidentally or on purpose before I get to it.
Do you want to see my shooting reel?
Yeah, I do actually.
I showed Julius, and that was for my first day.
Nice.
I mean, but yeah, I mean, look, nothing wrong with women having a gun. I think women should have guns. I think they should buy lots of guns. I'm okay with that. But when it comes to wartime, you guys will be the first to go back in the kitchen and not be out there on the battlefield.
Yeah, I want you guys home packing up the what do they call them? The kits and stuff that we eat near the fire at the war. Yeah, like you guys stay far away from anything, vital.
Yeah. I mean, if you think that women should have a right to vote, Megan, I would consider you a feminist.
Part time.
Well, so let me explain. So I'm not trying to be offensive. I said because when you say that you don't think that men and women are equal, but then you want women to have the right to vote, you're basically saying that there should be equality in that.
Is their role valuable in the home?
Yes, it's
You said
vital.
what?
Do you think their role in the home is valuable?
Yes, it's vital.
Yeah,
think-
like she
Do you think it's
Yeah.
vital to our do you think it's vital to our nation?
Yes.
for women to be in the home, absolutely, because then they're nurturing the children rather than having
Then why not? Because I feel like by saying that as like their excuse to like not have the right to vote, that you're also sorry I'm not looking at you, I'm trying to look for
Well,
my,
Megan, that's the operative
yeah.
phrase. In the home, they're vital in the home, and that's where they should stay silently, out of politics, not voting. All
I
that.
kind of like Anna Paulina.
Because but even if you look at like even let's say women even vote, let's just say the opposite happened where women were voting more Republic. I mean, they still flip flop. Look at Carrie Lake. Carrie Lake was like, I'm pro life, and then now all of a sudden she's against Arizona banning abortion for
Well, she's from
any reason.
Arizona. That's her
But
first
what
husband. She's from Arizona.
what I'm saying is that Carrie Lake is a Republican governor, and now she's against a
She's not a
full-on
Republican
abortion
governor.
ban.
She's
Right,
not the
but my
governor.
you said what?
She's not the governor. She's
Of
running.
Arizona?
She's running, but she's not the current governor.
I thought she was
Okay.
governor.
She wasn't.
Well, who
She's
cares
running
about
for. She's running for Senate because Kirsten Sinema from the Democratic candidate from Arizona, who was the senior senator, she announced she's not seeking re-election. So there's like a vacant.
Sure, but
Boring.
but that doesn't negate the fact that she's still a Republican who is now flip-flopping on the abortion issue, and now she wants exceptions. So that's what I'm saying. So even these Republican women,
I don't claim her.
you don't have to claim her. That doesn't matter. It's the fact that she's a Republican doesn't matter. She's a Republican and she's flip-flopping. I don't want that in politics. I don't want the emotional flip.
I also
You know what I
don't
mean?
want a president in office who allows abortion up until the moment of birth, but yet
Sure,
that's
but
not happening.
Trump's the same way. Trump's okay with 4 months.
And I condemn that too.
Yeah,
don't
so
want our money
it
going
doesn't
to
matter. It doesn't matter.
I also
But
don't want our money going to Ukraine and stuff.
Well, look, they're playing the politics game, and it's right or wrong. I don't agree with it, but
Where's
yeah,
the-
Megan.
yeah.
So
All right.
we told
So
you
anyways,
to give you a chance after we grilled you. Did you want to ask any questions or anything, Megan, before we?
yeah. Let's go ahead and move it along. What you had a topic that you want to talk that you asked me about, Megan. I mean, we can discuss it if you guys want to. It's a topic of race and relationships. So Megan.
We can go to the topic we originally,
Yeah.
wanted to cover,
Okay.
and then we can do that afterwards. Right now, I'm just trying to search
Yeah.
my needle so I can sew the ears on. Because if I don't find that, I'm screwed.
Yeah. All right, so let's dive into this real quick about this woman. Now, mind you, the guy's name is super weird. It's
Is that his
Kaka?
Is that
What is
his
it?
government? Is that his government name?
I don't know, but his name is Kaka.
Bro,
Yeah, he's a soccer player.
Weird name. His name is Kaka. Okay,
I
we're gonna
I
talk
told
about.
him he's
doomed
too
that
perfect.
child.
I'm like, he's not perfect. His government name is literally the Spanish phrase for the word.
he's a fucking cuck, bro.
Yeah.
No, literally,
Uh,
his
well,
his
I wouldn't.
government name
I
is
don't-
literally the Spanish slang for
doo-doo.
literally.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's a cuck. I don't know what his situation is. But real quick, I want to jump into the topic, and then I got some questions for you, Duran, because I want to ask questions about your street interviews and what you gathered from that. So we'll jump into that too.
Okay.
But let me find the article on that. I guess we can go to this one. This is from Sports NDTV. We're not going to read too much of this. I don't want to get into like all and read the whole article, just kind of the brief cliff notes. Let me go ahead and just pull this up real quick. Let me see. Oh, let me check the comments. So we had the comments on Instagram.
I keep forgetting that I need to get my browser set up so I can check out Instagram. Sorry,
Yeah,
for
there's-
watching over there. We appreciate you. Come chat on YouTube.
Yeah, there was one comment on Instagram where from Edgar, he was saying that as far as submission, they both need to submit to each other. If you're a Christian, it literally says wives obey, husbands love. Doesn't talk about husbands submitting. The wives is the ones who submit. Anyways,
Submitting to his wife is a doomed disaster for all of them. Women actually they might think they want that or something, but they don't. And men, you don't want that. You're doomed.
yeah. K Train says he's watching that movie. Whatever movie you're watching that was all in the background, that Keanu Reeves movie, K Train was watching that too, Duran.
Which movie?
I think that Keanu Reeves movie that you had in the background running.
Julius
K-Train
noticed
saying-
it. The movie buff Julius.
Oh,
noticed
I didn't even notice that. I didn't notice that movie.
Yeah, that looked like I want to say it looked like Constantine. I don't know. I know, Nick. I kind of get a little nerdy because of the movies. I know. My bad.
Julius is a movie expert and nerd.
I love movies, man. Honestly, one day I'm down to have a conversation about that. Okay,
Reviews
so
them, man, from like lucratively, like you can produce value from that somehow. Yeah, you'd kill it.
I know. I wanna bring back my reviews to view page and just I don't know, dude. That'd be fun. Get away from the politics to a degree. Okay, so
Look
this.
what Grace said. If my husband had submitted to me, I couldn't look at him like a man. Bingo.
Mm.
Doomed. disaster.
Base.
You guys want a leader
Base.
that's going to be a rock that you can rely on and follow, right? Or am I wrong? You don't want somebody, that guy that's your leader, your rock, the guy you're supposed to follow and trust, to suddenly be submitting to your chaotic, unsure self.
Yeah,
What?
it's bizarre. Okay, so this comes from sports.ndtv. It says, problem was he was too perfect. Brazil star Kaká's ex-wife Caroline Cecilio. How you say that? No,
Italian.
Felicio.
Something.
Yeah, Felicio. The intriguing reason for divorce. It kind of reads the whole paragraph. Brazil football star Kaká is often considered one of the most blah blah blah, blah football players. Not only his look, blah blah blah. I'm not trying to read all that because that's just kind of
Julius,
gay.
what I can tell you is his name was not perfect.
I know. Seriously, I just want to call him KK.
KKK?
That sounds gay too, but KK.
Stop short of the third K. Just don't say KKK.
I know. I know. I'll just call him K for right now. So it says 2005, K married his childhood sweetheart Caroline and Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo. In 2015, the duo announced a divorce on social media. Caroline has now revealed the intriguing reason behind her divorce. She says, Kay never betrayed me. He treated me well. He gave me a wonderful family, but I was not happy. Something was missing. The problem was he was too perfect for me. And it says in 2019, Kay announced his engagement to Brazilian model Carolina Diaz. On the other hand, Caroline married Eduardo, I can't say Scarpa, Julio in 2021. God,
you're getting through it.
These names are crazy. Eduardo. I can't run my R's. Like Eduardo. I can't run my R's. So,
he black.
Yeah, I know.
He black.
I can't run my R's, dude. I'm like the worst at that. But yeah, so I want to kind of go over this quote right here, where she says, he never betrayed me. He treated me well. He gave me a wonderful family, but I was not happy. Something was missing. The problem was he was too perfect for me. I find that interesting to me, where it's like, because there's a comment I saw somebody put when we posted it on Instagram. They said that guy asked the question, would women leave their man if he was too perfect? And somebody commented, said that they actually do that because they want chaos. They don't want peace.
Yes, they want excitement. They want thrills. They want unexpected adventures. They're looking for not perfect.
Yeah. I do think it's interesting.
Realize.
Yeah, because I can say from my experience, when I try to be a decent dude, especially when you have boundaries, I try to be a decent dude. It almost seemed like the woman I was seeing kind of wanted like a little drama, and to me, it's like I don't know what it is. I'm not saying it's all women, but I don't know what it is. It's almost like they want turmoil. You know what I mean?
They love it.
Like,
they thrive off of it, bro.
It kind of makes me theorize if that's why they love rom-coms, because it's so dramatic, and they don't like superhero movies because at the end of the day, it's about the hero wanting peace, and so they don't like, you know what I mean? So it's like they don't
those drama or the rom-coms or whatever. They're putting these, but I was missing something in these women's minds.
Yep.
This guy's checking all the boxes for your family and what you should want out of a man, but there's just something missing still. Yeah. That's from the rom-com Disney fantasy bullshit.
So let me give you an analogy real quick. So I was watching Superman Returns, came out in 2006. Superman was gone for 5 years because he heard that, I guess he thought that there was some of his people that still survived. So he left for 5 years. Lois Lane gets married, has a child. The moment Superman comes back, it almost seems like it goes all out the window because Richard to her is just safe. Whereas Superman is like bigger than life. You get what I'm saying? And so come to find out, it was a possibility that at one point her son started to exhibit strength. Like he had powers. So it was like kind of leading to revealing that it might be Superman's son. So here she is.
Superman
because
popped it, bro. He probably
Yeah, because at one point he gave up his powers to be with Lois, and she spent the night with Superman, and so the kid she had might have been his son. So it's interesting how like she gets with this guy who's like safe, but Superman comes back, she falls in love with him because you gotta think, not just him being a hero, but what does he do? He has to fight monsters, fight bad guys,
Oh, he's the
all this
ultimate
like
alpha fuck, bro. He's the ultimate alpha fuck.
yeah, it's like he got a lot of like drama that comes along with him. She's like she wants to be there in the action. So that analogy kind of reminds me of how women can be, where they got this guy, and I don't know if he feels a yes man. I have no idea what kind of man he is, but according to her, he was just too perfect. Didn't
He's a
portray her
beta
nothing
fuck.
like that.
No thrills. He's very safe. I'll take his provisions and do all this and have as little sex as possible as I can with him. But when
Well,
I
he
want
was
to get my rocks off, I'm gonna go fuck Superman and get pregnant by him.
well the guy that she was with, he was a soccer player, I think.
Oh, you're
So
talking about Kaka.
yeah. So like, but I'm saying the analogy of like the Superman to women
Gotcha.
wanting
Yeah.
chaos. Yeah, it's like if he's a soccer player, then I don't understand how that's not enough thrill. Like, does she not get thrill watching her man, win games and whatever the case may be? Like, how does that not make her happy?
No,
For
because he
him.
gets the glory that she doesn't get to share in, and it's too tempting for her to leave his ass and take half of his finances forever and go find something more thrilling. The idea of potential out there, she's just too. Yeah, no, she probably resents his success actually because it's just his. She doesn't get to share in it.
Yeah, it reminds me of Steph Curry's wife. Remember her?
Oh, that's a good example,
Perfect.
dude.
Same type of
So many.
thing.
Yeah, there's so many times that you can see on her face, like
That's it.
they all capture that picture. It could be like a wrong picture, but they capture like kind of give him that side eye because he's like
I'd
being
kill
like
you if I could get
look
away
at
with
it,
it.
Yeah.
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 Let me ask you, Duran. Have you ever had a woman that you felt was too perfect, and what does that mean?
A girl
you
that's
did.
too perfect?
Yeah.
I
Like
wish.
Far
for
from
example, well, you know how some girl can be clingy, like they like you,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like they're perfect,
Yeah.
but they're like too clingy. Like, is that a problem for you, or do you not mind? Like, you ever had that where like she was everything you wanted her to be, but she was a little bit too clingy? Maybe I'm adding on the clingy part, but like, have you ever experienced that though, where like you just thought she was too perfect for
too
you, and you were
overbearing
like,
almost or something. She's just too much. Is that what you're saying?
Um, it's like, okay, they were a little clingy, but they would expect me to be clingy back. You know what I mean? Like, text me good
yeah.
morning every day, text me throughout the day, call me. Like, you know what I mean? They wanted me to reciprocate the clinginess.
They want you to be a chick with them, man. Gossip and
Yeah,
bullshit.
I was gonna ask you,
Want me
is
to
that
open
her?
up?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that her really being clingy, or is that just control?
Exactly.
Both.
I think it's control. I think it's control.
Yeah.
Because think about it, if she's clingy like that, why would there be any expectation for you to be clingy back? Like, you're already she liked you for who you are because you exhibit that leadership role. Now she wants you to kind of step down from that leadership role and emasculate yourself into her world rather than her stepping into your world.
You know what that is,
Exactly.
gentlemen? Control.
Control.
I like that.
that.
I like that. That should be a t-shirt.
Hashtag control.
Yeah, that's interesting. Megan, let me ask you this. Have you ever knew somebody that you liked, or that liked you, or that you liked as well, and you just thought he was too perfect? Like, you ever had that before?
The gay guy.
Can't hear you, Megan.
You're muted, Megan. No,
Nope.
drop out and come back. It's the same thing that happened to Duran and I.
I know.
We're taking
Something's
away
up,
your women's voices, man. One step at a time.
Wait, so that couple that you showed, where are they from? What country are they from?
Brazil.
Brazil. Okay. That's like, I don't know. What do you think that guy should have done to not be perfect? I think he should have probably like flirted with other women in front of her, maybe
Yeah,
cheat a little
smacked
bit.
her around a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, spit in her mouth.
I mean, well, smack her around. What do you mean smack her? Like abuse? No.
Yeah.
A little mild
No,
abuse.
I mean, Yeah, if I had to go up top of my head, again, 'cause I don't know what their situation is for him for because okay, first of all, here's the issue I have, right? Um, what I find interesting is that and I don't think I mean I caught this. I don't know if you guys did. You're asking what could he have done? I would ask what could she have done? Because notice how anytime this happens when there's a breakup and the woman initiates it, it's always the finger pointing at the man. You get what I'm saying? He's too
Right.
perfect. He's too this. Like she makes it sound good, like he's a good dude, but she's still pointing the finger, blaming it his
It's
perfection
too
on
perfect,
him.
right? Even when you're perfect, it's too much.
That's
Great point,
true.
Julius.
You see what I'm saying? So
That's a
like
good
that's
point.
why when you ask that question about what could he done, I'm like, I don't think it's what he could have done. It's what could she have done? Because she left him for being too perfect, but puts the blame on him for being too perfect. So it's almost like
She's
she
being a
makes him look
bitch.
bad for being good.
Right. That's woman. That's a woman. Women are really good at that kind of thing, and I don't have a word for it, but like,
She's
no-
conniving, conniving.
yes, control, man. It's control, really.
So like I thought that was fascinating. I'm like, I don't think it's him because she's clearly saying he's too perfect,
Absolutely, it's not.
but she's just like he's too perfect. But what about you though? Why
So
why
what could I
weren't
have
you
done more?
perfect back?
Well, exactly. What could I have done more if I'm perfect? Literally nothing. That means that I should have done less for you, and that might have kept you. And what does that
Yes.
say? You're insane. Repeal the 19th.
What did Kevin Samuels say? Was it Kevin Samuels? I forgot who it was, but someone was talking about that. They're like, you have to give him crumbs. You can't give him the whole pie. You got to just give him crumbs here and there. And
Oh yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know who
know.
was saying that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It might it could have been. I'm not totally sure, but I can understand that analogy because in my experience with dating, I have noticed both sides. I've noticed what it's like to be nice, and I noticed what it's like to give the breadcrumbs, right? My breadcrumbs isn't like seeing some other women but then try to flirt with her. My breadcrumb was always just
Less
not
attention.
being yeah, like not being so all about her as if she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. You know what I mean? Like I don't purposely give mystery, but I'm in the moment. I'm in the present. I don't just try to make it all about her. I'm just in the moment and I kind of just go through life as is. Whereas if I make it all about her, like, let me give you an example, right? Let's say I'm supposed to go to work one day. Like it's like I do like Lyft or something like that, right? And then she's at my house, stays the night, whatever the case may be. And the next day, I don't go to work, but instead I stay home with her all day,
Hey,
knowing that I could have easily made like $200-300, and that could have been some money to put away for to do something, get something to eat, whatever the case may be. But instead, I cancel out just to stay in bed with her because I'm making her the priority. When she starts to notice that,
turn off.
now I become less of a priority. So in that moment, I made her the priority. I'm now less than to her because I made
Yep.
her
Yeah.
more than.
When
Yep.
you prioritize pussy, it's a massive
You
turn
be,
off to them.
when you prioritize pussy, you become a pussy.
Ah,
It reminds me of car sales too. When I was doing car sales, one of the things that we were taught is if you give the customer everything that they want up front, they don't appreciate it. So if they ask for a discount, even though you know you could easily do it for
they
them,
have to struggle for it, right?
yeah, you got to make them fight for every little thing, or else
Then they
they're not going to
appreciate it.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Mm,
appreciate it. It's weird. It's a weird like psychological thing that's going on.
Well, don't just
yeah.
give up everything right up front for free because then it doesn't feel like it was earned or have any value. If they have to extract it from you and get it out of a fight almost or whatever, that adds more value to it. They can appreciate that more, and they want the fight. They want a lot of times they do want this turmoil.
They do. They
Yeah.
want the fight. They do not want peace. Women do not want peace overall.
I'll
That,
give her a
that's
fight if
it.
she wants it.
So I want to, and then now I want to kind of segue to you, Durant, and then Megan will get to the topics you want to talk about. I wanted to segue with you with your street interviews. I've been watching your content. You got a lot of content. You're getting great views. You definitely get your name out there for sure. What have you kind of gained when it comes to the dating market? I know you do different topics. Um, what have you gained upon that? Like the differences from male and female. What have you seen since you've been doing your street interviews?
And second part to that question, do you have more optimism now or less as far as healthy relationships?
I have more doubt and worry for the future of relationships, bro. Yeah, pretty much it's the wild, wild west. There is no set standard on how to do things anymore. It's like it's a free for all. You know what I mean? Back in our parents' time and our grandparents' time, there's a set way of doing things. Now it's like everyone has their own little unique thing that they like to do, and
As far as
it
shit they
makes
all like to do, yeah.
there's no like tradition, there's no customs. It's like it's you have to kind of try to fit in where you get in, if that makes sense. You got to find, like, let's say us, right? We want more of a traditional person. Where are you going to find that at? You're not going to find it in California.
Not
Are
likely
you
in
gonna,
America.
yeah, it's going to be very difficult. Maybe you have to go down south, or one of the rural places, but
But
it's
even
like,
them, like look at Megan, they disguise on the surface as like they might be traditional, but in reality they're lurking feminists.
yeah, exactly. Even then, so it's like it's really bizarre. And so when I talk to certain people, like when I was asking the would you change outfits for your man question, it's like
I
some
love those
girl
questions by the way too. I love those
yeah,
questions.
and because it gives you a sneak peek as to what else would they not listen to you about if they're not going to
Yep.
at least change outfits. What happens if you get married and the husband wants to buy a new home across town and she's not with it? Now you guys are going to have a huge fight over this, and here comes the divorce. So it's like, yeah, everyone is just kind of doing their own thing, and it's chaos. That's all it is. That's the best way to describe it right now. I just call it chaos. It's just chaos out here.
What you had did this video where I saw it was a phone swap fail.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh,
What
you
happened
do
with
those, Duran? You do phone swaps?
I tried to do the phone swaps. I can't get anyone to do it.
Of course,
I think,
out here, no way.
dude, I think all those phone swap videos that we see are fake. There's no way. I don't think people actually do that. I don't know. I can't see myself doing a phone swap. I can't see. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because this is something that kind of makes me think that some things might be set up to like when you see these content creators, it's almost like, I'm not saying they are, but it feels like they're plants, and this is what I mean. So you go out and do street, and like you watch content of people doing that stuff, right? And then it feels very like smooth to like get the girl do the gotcha, or the guy, whatever the case may be. You do it, and it's almost like that doesn't happen. Like the opposite effect happens. So like when I go do a street interview about abortion, I'm not saying I want it, but I never get those reactions that like other content creators get, like the girls who are freaking out, like "F you, it's my body, you don't have a uterus." I mean, I've seen that happen, but it's not like on a regular. So I wonder sometimes, like,
because you're black and you're not white.
well, no, I mean, but it just, but no, but even when Duran does his, like I'll see other content that do that, and I see his, and like it's the same, but like it doesn't, I don't. It doesn't happen to the extent of like the other ones. Like you were trying to do the phone swap, right? That was a fail. But you watch other content and it happened just like that. And you're like, well, why was mine different? Why was like, you know what I mean?
I tried multiple times that night. I couldn't get anyone to do a phone swap.
Well,
like,
I was just gonna say that they probably try 100 times and then end up one of them works, and that's the one they release. You know?
Maybe.
Oh, that's a good point, because they could be doing a bunch of people and then finally get that one. And when they show the one, it looks like they just kind of walk. Yeah, that's so true. That's so true.
Yeah,
they never find their game by that point because they failed a bunch and they're like getting better at it.
Yeah,
true. Or maybe they pay some. I don't know. But yeah, when I asked that, I asked that guy. He was like, "What did he say?" He was like, "Dude, hell no, that's my baby mom's right there."
Yeah.
If we phone swap right now, one of us is gonna go to jail.
That's smart man. That's what I would have said too. I'd be like, "We're not doing that. That's not gonna happen."
That's why I commented. I was like, "So they're both cheating."
They're both cheating. Yeah, like they're both cheating.
We both cheat. We both know it. Let's both pretend like we're not and just ignore this.
Yeah. To answer Dang Buzz real quick. Yeah, I just a little side note real quick. When I do like street interviews, I don't go to debate. I really don't. I try to just have a conversation. I got a couple more videos I'm going to drop pretty soon. I'm going to drop one tomorrow before I go to the March for Life event tomorrow at 11, and I try to just be a lot more calm. I'm not trying to go there to like do a gotcha, but I try to just challenge these people. 'Cause I was actually talking to a woman who was in the medical field, Sac City College, and even with her medical background, I was still able to ask questions to her that she didn't even know herself. You get what I'm saying? So it lets you
Yeah.
know that it's not about me winning that debate. It's This is what she's learning as a medical student, where she doesn't even understand abortion fully. She just knows what they're telling her. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I try to come at it from that point and say, well, hey, did you know that certain words are euphemisms? They just use it to to cover a certain word. I try to do stuff like that. I'm not trying to be like, when it's
Confrontational.
life
I'm trying to
began.
confront.
We're all compass cells. I'm not trying to let the back and fight. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
typical fucking point. So I try
You're
to be like,
de-escalating. You're non-confrontational in order to have a productive dialogue, and I think that's
yeah.
super important. A lot of times, people are just going out there to try to get clips. They're trying to fight.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I definitely had some protesters. Like for example, I don't want to say his name, but there are certain people on Instagram who will lie and say, "Oh, you had girls beat you up." Not true. I went to a protest. They freaked out because my shirt said pro life. They freaked out and they all tried to surround me. They were trying to get one girl to attack me, and
And
I was
Julius
like,
ended up beating up the girls.
no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't do all that. No, but she definitely she was trying to get her daughter to hit me, and I was like, "That's assault." Blah blah blah. Like, it was just a whole big thing. But so that has happened, but it doesn't happen like that. I'm not saying I wanted to, but it has happened before. What were
It
you
gets
saying,
real
Duran?
out there.
Yeah. No, you're right. Duran, you finna say something?
Oh yeah. So yeah, same thing. When I go out to do interviews, I don't really try to debate people. For one, it'll take forever if I debate everyone that I talk to.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of like weird if I approach someone to do an interview. It's like I don't know. It's just kind of a weird dynamic for me to just go into a debate after I kind of just casually said,
Yeah,
"Hey, can I interview?" You know what I mean?
you're trying to extract an interview from them, not combat and force them to like get defensive and whatnot. You want to
Yeah.
hit that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I would like to debate people though. But I think you got to kind of set it up the right way.
You have to have
You
a
gotta
moderator, man. A moderator is the key
Yeah.
to a good debate.
Yep.
Would you ever? Because I've been told to do this so many times by multiple people because they want to see this content so bad. I was told that I should do street interviews where I ask people about certain questions. Like, for example, if I said, and I don't want to get in trouble with the TOS, but
Hey,
if
hold on
I
one
said
second.
something like, who owns the Federal Reserve? Like, they want me to do content like that.
That
Like,
would be
asking,
cool.
you know what I mean? Like, they want me to see what people know. Like, if I said, who's the first president, kind of thing. Do you
What
know
are
what I
the
mean?
three branches of government?
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Like, they want me to do stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I see that.
Megan, what's the three branches of government? Still can't hear you.
She didn't say anything. Oh wait, yeah. No, we don't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
She did.
You probably got to turn your Bluetooth headphones off to see if that works.
I would leave and come back again. I think it's something with that because it looks like same thing Duran
Hold
and
on.
I had.
Sorry, guys.
Hold
I had
on.
a guest show up to my house out of nowhere.
Oh,
Oh.
no, Duran. Oh no.
Your ex-girlfriend.
Nah, it's the homie
Me
Daniel.
back.
He just
We'd be hearing
Bye.
crying and stuff in the
I
background.
stopped going to the club.
Duran, I'll do anything. Please
Does it
take
work
me
now?
back.
Yes, Megan, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Okay, to answer your question, judicial, executive, legislative.
Boom.
Nice. Cool.
That's like basic second grade social studies.
Okay, Megan. All right,
Um,
sassy woman, what's your topic that we didn't get into yet?
I was
Yeah.
gonna answer about like that whole case. I'm like, was he perfect, or were you blinded by the idea of him being famous that you got yourself into a marriage you deep down didn't want, but were distracted by, his status?
Well, it sounds like you gave her the family and everything that she wanted. Pretty perfect in that regard.
It's kind of weird when you're married to a man whose government name translates to the slang version of, I'm not going to say the word on here
Yeah,
again.
Cockeye ain't doing him any favors. We can all agree on that. But
Yeah.
No, the fact that that's his government name.
I mean, the way I see it though is that it just sounds like she's just shifting blame. She's not taking accountability, and that's what I've. And mind you, this is a woman in. It's not even. This is like we always talk about like the West, like the West, who like
Mrs.
all these
Kaka.
problems. But in Brazil, it sounds like it's pretty universal that women have a problem with taking accountability. Like at this point, I believe it's universal. You guys are like allergic to accountability. You can't say I'm at fault. I left him because of my own selfish reasons. It's no, he's too perfect. No, he's a narcissist. He was abusive. Like it's all these finger pointing, but they never like talk about themselves. And now I'm
something
really
about that,
believing
my
that
friend.
it's universal.
Dude, let me tell you something about that. So I have broken up with more than one woman over a situation that was minor. She was like either manipulating me or a lot, something really small. And I catch her and I'm being super cool about it, considering she's doing something wrong to me. And instead of just owning it, admitting it, and be like, you know what, babe, you're right. That was fucked up of me. I'm sorry. In which case I'd be like, no problem. Like it never even happened. Thank you. We'd be over it. They don't admit it. They won't take responsibility. And they double down on it, and they'll try to gaslight me into thinking that it's something that, like, I'm making something. I'm like, wait a minute. So I can accept, like, you fucking up, and if you were to apologize, we'd be cool, just fine, pass it. But what I can't work with is when I catch you doing something fucked up to me, and I'm being cool about it, you double down and try to make me out to be crazy for that. You sure you don't want to just like own it and say sorry or something? They don't. And I've broken up with more than one girl over a situation like that.
Yeah.
I've been
No
lucky
doubt
enough
on
to
that.
where, I've been lucky enough to where I've only come across that like maybe twice, but everyone else, surprisingly, they've kind of owned up to, bullshit that they've done. But in those instances where they don't own up to it, that's when it's just like, it's like hell on earth. It's like you're dealing with a fucking psychopath at that point. It's so annoying.
Total cunt, yeah.
In your street interviews, do you ever catch women like doing the same thing, like not being held accountable? They're like shift blame to the man.
I haven't really asked questions regarding their accountability. Maybe I should come up with some. If you have any ideas, let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got you. Do you ever come across like men who are like delusional in their standards at all? Like you ever catch any men who are like when you talk to men, do you ever find anything like out of pocket?
I mean, not really. The only thing that's out of pocket to me is when they're like, "Yeah, I'll let my girl do whatever she wants." Like that's out of pocket,
I've seen those. And I'm like, I'm always commenting to them. Dude, I have one comment on one of your videos. I got like 4,000 likes, and people were upset by that comment. It was because I think it was the one you was asking to do when he let his girl pretty much do anything. It's like, oh yeah, I love her. I was like, what a simp. What
Bro,
a
you got
simp.
4,000 likes on a comment on one of his videos? How many likes
Yeah.
do you get for the videos, bro? Good for you.
Yeah, some of them get pretty big. I think the largest one I have on IG has like 4 million views.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And then that one has. What's interesting is that one has around like 19,000 comments. And if you look at some of the famous people that do the street interviews, their comments only go up to like 9,000, 10,000. So that one's like beating them out as far as comment goes because they were having like a war inside the comment section over that question.
Well, for me, the key to telling the truth about engagement, if you ask me, like there's a lot of likes and numbers, but the comments tell us how much people are actually interacting.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's why I like leaving certain comments because I want to kind of start the conversation. And
Dude,
honestly,
you're a master instigator. Who are you kidding?
What?
Bomber.
I mean, because I see you doing your stuff, and I'm like, I want to comment. I want to bring engage. Like till this day, I'm still seeing people like the comment that I did on your video. And I'm bringing that engagement to your page. You know what I mean? Like it's so crazy. So I'm like, if I can help in any way, I'll do it.
Appreciate it, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta have each other's backs out here, fellas. It's rough.
It's hard out here, man. It's hard out here for men. It really is. Megan got it easy, but
We're still paying attention, Megan.
Honestly, what do you think the hardest part about dating is as a girl? I'm gonna ask that to Megan.
From situations I've encountered just being in college, I've encountered guys who want, can't say the word on here. I'm sorry.
Gay guys.
But you catch my flow.
Yeah.
I've dealt with a guy who was only hitting on me because, like, the girl, I feel like he really wanted, didn't want him back and stuff. So basically, there's stuff like surrounding it, but basically, I was like the second choice, and I felt like I deserved better than somebody like who's basically just making me the second choice. Like you can, I'm pretty sure you can say, Julius, like you want a woman who will make you, her first choice. Like you want that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I
You
would
should
prefer.
be Julius. Come on, King. Keep your head up. Be somebody's
What?
first choice.
Come
Yes.
on, King.
Come on, King. Yeah, I say that a lot.
Oh no, I'm saying like yeah. I mean, it'd be nice. I mean, yeah. I
Like
mean,
basically being unsure of intentions, and then fine. I will go a little bit into my relationship. I was not. I'm trying to like describe this in the best way possible, but because of like past experiences of like how I've been, just treated, just like verbally and stuff. Like again, being made as a guy's second choice, and
The abusive men.
and then guys who don't have the right intentions and stuff because I'm a Christian. It was difficult in the beginning for me to like truly accept, like him pursuing me and stuff because like I was like, why are you going out of your way for me? Because I told Julius a bit about like, him and I's like first real date and stuff. Because I told him and I had more of like, so I told him like in like the first time we hung out like one-on-one and stuff, it was like a coffee. Well, it wasn't even like a date. It was more of like a meetup and stuff, just like break the ice. And then, basically having time to just talk and get to know each other. And then afterwards we decided like we wanted to go on like a real date.
And what, you were worried he had ulterior motives you were trying to suss out?
Worried about ulterior motives, worried about like, because I was like, wow, this really good looking dude, he's a Christian, he's this, and this. And then from everything I've experienced, I'm like, why is he so interested in me?
Yeah, what's the catch?
Like I always had that feeling of like why me basically. And
are you getting over that with him?
Oh no, don't worry. I definitely like was and stuff. It was definitely like one of those like conversations because like him and I were sort of like ish friends before he like showed interest and whatnot. So like we knew each other and stuff. And like I've told him a bit about like my story and stuff, and he was very like kind and supportive about it. Well, Julius again knows more about it and stuff. But for like me, it was more of like a mind game. Like in the beginning of like after everything I've experienced, after, this, and this, I'm like, why is this guy so, genuine, so nice to me and all that stuff?
Yeah, you were cautious. And
I was more like, again, it's like, why, like, I was even asking, like, God, I was like, why did I experience all these things? And then, this guy comes around and it's like, I'm so hurt from everything, or just so, what's the best word to, like, describe it? Like you've experienced so many things, and then when something good happens, it's like you feel sus about.
You're so traumatized from the other things that a healthy, good man treating you well is actually being received skeptically by you.
Are you saying that he was too perfect?
Yeah, Julius was getting that, bro.
You can't accept
like,
perfection.
Where's your boyfriend? Tell him to leave you now, because.
No, that was like months ago. That was like in the beginning.
Megan, you were making the perfect man suffer for sins of men that have come before him.
No, it wasn't even that. Like I didn't take out anything like on him and stuff. But like I was like talking to the people. I wasn't like talking to him about it because I wasn't gonna make him like go through that and stuff.
But you were cautious and weary of him, and maybe even mistrusting, not because of anything he did, but because of some scumbags before.
I feel like you can never really ever let your guard down and stuff. The only person you can really trust is,
That's, young lady, friendly advice, that's a doomed outlook. And it's only going to assure you to
I'm well over that now.
Because if there are good men out there, what you're going to do is you're going to project onto them bad. And that's going to doom it.
Don't worry.
If you want to have a healthy relationship.
Nick, you'll be happy to hear I'm definitely like well past that, and I'm really happy.
Well, that's actually
a
little side note. That's actually a good argument, at least in my opinion, for body count. When women are promiscuous like that, they'll end up making the last guy suffer based on what the other guys have done. So there's not going to be 100% trust because she's.
Well, there's no bodies involved, technically.
Well, you said what?
Well, in my case, there's not really any bodies involved.
Sure. No, because you're waiting until marriage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm saying I was just making a little side note about Nick's comment that oftentimes when you do have experience with other men, you tend to kind of make the man suffer, whether you know it or not, because those other men did everything wrong. That by the time you get somebody right, you think he's wrong. Do you know what I'm saying?
You're traumatized to appreciate it and take it in a healthy way. So you're going to destroy that relationship.
I feel like it's one of those cases where there's like victims involved. He just really wants something. Well,
KJ.
Well, funny story. So he has a sister who goes to Alabama. She even paid me extra to make those ears, and that was just a gesture.
Amazing.
So he did get some ears
But
out
yeah,
of it, but
Megan,
he
try
paid me extra.
not to punish men in your present for sins of those in your past. That's my best advice.
No, like he wasn't getting like punished or anything. Like him and I even had like a conversation because like he even told me about like his dating history of just not dating like the right people and stuff.
But it's not fair and it's not healthy ultimately to like.
I guess they both had like a mutual like understanding and stuff. Like
that's what psychology tries to
understanding
work.
Of like you can't expect he's going to do the same. Expect someone's going to do the same thing, but then also knowing from the other person's perspective how after going through something like that, just based on someone's word, it's not easy to just take someone's word for something. So
No, you should never take somebody's word for something. That's the worst thing you can do. You need to make sure that their actions align with their words.
Yeah.
Talk.
No, but it was definitely a good conversation. That was actually before like he even like asked me to like formally be his girlfriend and stuff.
Okay, how'd that go down? We gotta ask. Let's get the tea.
He took me like he basically like, took me on a date and stuff. It wasn't the same place we went on like our first date and stuff, but it was like this restaurant and it was like at night and stuff. And there was like a lot of like trees. It was lit up because it was like close to Christmas break and stuff. But
a cute scene, a fun scene, sweet scene. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Go on.
And the typical flowers and stuff, and like we were just like walking around. We got to like this really, really cute part where like all the lights were lit up and stuff. I mean, just imagine Tallahassee.
And what did you do? Get down on one knee? You're making it out to be awfully dramatic.
No, he told me to put he didn't get down on one knee, but he told me to like put my stuff down like on the bench and stuff because I was holding some stuff. And so funny thing, I actually did make a joke saying like, this would be, I think one of my friends like got engaged here and he was like, Megan, put your stuff down. I was like,
Bro, I would have jumped off the
I thought he was going to fake
him. If you said that, I would have jumped off the pier away from you. I would have ran.
Well, we weren't nearby any ocean or body of water.
Asked you out as a girlfriend, like for the first time, and you make a engagement joke. Not the best move.
No, but he told me to put my stuff down. I thought he was doing like a fake proposal, and then he was like actually, and I was like, then it sort of like clicked in my mind, like what was happening.
Yeah, that's called a faux pas, Megan.
No, it was actually kind of funny, and like we were both like laughing and stuff. And he's like, Megan.
In the back of his head, he's thinking, "Oh shit, she's talking about engagement already."
No. No, but he was like, Megan, I really like you and I really care about you and I want to be official. And then he just asked me. He even gave me like a pair of earrings and stuff because it was also close to my birthday and stuff. So
will you go steady with me?
No, but basically he asked me to be his girlfriend and stuff.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, and that's the end of the show.
Totally. I was kidding. No, but then he also got me some gifts because during the time it was also close to my birthday and then also my graduation.
How many gifts? This will determine beta simp. Maybe you might not want to answer this if you're worried about that.
Well, flowers was like part of like the day and part of the stuff. The ring was, or not the ring, earrings. Sorry. Okay, I don't have any rings. Okay, there's a proof. It would have been funny if he just said me. I would have slapped him, and then he would have wished he never taught me how to shoot.
Wait, what did you say?
No, because pull up the comment again.
Same Buzz in the comment was saying it would have been funny if he just said, "Will you have sex with me?" That's horrible, dude.
I would have made him wish he never taught me how to shoot. Because he works at a gun range and stuff, so that's basically like how he like taught me and stuff, and why he knows a lot about that. I'm like, he's gonna wish he never taught me.
Have you? I'm sorry to go personal. I'm just curious. Have you? I know you said you had guys that obviously weren't right. You ever had that happen before though? Like you ever had a guy like talk to you and he was like he was so desperate. He was like, "Will you?"
Some guys are so desperate. They're like, "Yo," like try to.
What's some like the weirdest, sleaziest ones?
Yeah, like what's the worst thing a guy has said to you? Like what gave you the ick?
Oh my gosh!
Do you live in Tennessee? because you're the only 10 I see.
He's like, I
mean,
could be
you're
your flow
a
rider.
solid too.
Oh, you're
He's like,
paying
you're
me
from
to
Florida.
because I can see myself in them.
You're from Florida. I can be your flow rider.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead, Megan. Tell us some of your.
That's
I can be your hurricane.
Give us some of your most cringe moments, Megan.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
The viewers are dying to know.
inside of what college dudes are like. Some of them have been really desperate, just like asking me like over and over again. I'm like, you realize this is like the millionth time.
What do they ask you? What do they ask you specifically?
Well, it's not so much like how many times they've asked me, but how they react when I say no.
No, but what are they asking specifically? Like, do they just come straight up and
You want to come over? Like, yo, you want to come over? Yeah, you know you want this. I'm like, I actually don't. I want some mozzarella cheese sticks.
He said, you know, you want this.
I'm like, how do you know what I want? Right now, I just want some mozzarella sticks from Walk-Ons. I'm actually on DoorDash now. This is a true story, by the way.
I got mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, mozzarella dicks. But no, yeah. So
good for you.
Give us some other extreme cringe of college guys.
Wait, I'm sorry, my mom's texting me.
Mom, bug off. We're on the internet. Hey, bring your mom on the show.
I would, but she's 3 hours away from where I live.
No, but next time. Would you introduce your mom to the age of men, Julius and I? Not good answer.
So as Megan's doing that, let me ask both Megan and Duran. I kind of want to get back to this real quick, just real quick. First of all, I just want to clarify. So Duran, you never had a woman that was too clingy?
I've had some clingy girls, but I mean, can't really be too clingy. I don't think you can be too clingy, in my personal opinion.
How
clingy? Actually, okay, I'll say like this: like, if it gets to the point where they're constantly blowing me up, then yeah, that's a problem. But I've never really encountered that. I've always had like the right amount of cleanliness.
Nothing you couldn't check, right, Duran? Nothing you couldn't.
Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy. Nothing crazy.
Okay. Let me ask you.
They didn't love me enough.
Let me ask you a question real quick because I'm curious. Do you agree with? I want to say the red pill because I'm starting to realize now that people are just attributing red pill to certain people who don't claim to be the leaders of red pill. So, but with a ideology like Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit, right? I'm sure you know who he is.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Do you believe in his ideology of men should sleep with 50 women?
No, that is one of the things I don't agree with him about. I don't. Yeah, that's not a good formula.
What's the
I see it.
Hang on. Wait. Hang on, Megan. Real quick. Duran, go ahead.
Yeah, I see what he's trying to do with that. He wants you to be able to get experience with women and really like understand them. And the thing is, you don't need to necessarily sleep with them, and you don't need to sleep with 50 girls to necessarily know that. Ultimately, that it's just going to turn you to a sex addict, and you're going to be craving sex, and it's ultimately like you're going to lose more and more control to women overall because you're going to develop that addiction, which is it's not good. You don't want that. You don't need that. But I see where he's going with it.
Well, look how he did Tommy Fresh, bro. Knowing 50 women from banging them, you end up getting one pregnant. Now you're getting fucking ran through it.
Exactly. There you go.
Also, it says in the Bible like to not fornicate, and that's straight up fornication.
What is fornication then by definition? Because I thought I'm confused.
Any like explicit like sexual acts outside of marriage and stuff.
Yeah, and to be fair too,
any sort of jobs, if you know what I mean.
Well,
outside of marriage, especially.
Well, to be fair, Myron. See, this is the problem. I think that people have attributed Christianity with Fresh and Fit and like Brian from whatever podcast. They never claim like Brian would joke around and says like I'm a man of God. Like, he jokes around with it, which might be
Yeah.
blasphemy, but at the same time, they don't claim to be Christian. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they think that they're tradicons, and I think that's why people have such a problem with it. Because like, oh, they're Christian, but they never claim to be. Myron is Muslim, literally Muslim,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
they never claim to be Christian. So that's where people get
That
it
makes a lot more
wrong.
sense. Muslims.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that people get it wrong about that. But yeah, I agree with you. Andrew Wilson made a good argument too. He said that if the entailment is for men to gain status by sleeping with 50 women, wouldn't that then give women value?
Yep. There you go.
It takes two to tango.
That makes sense because you're basically feeding to her that she can get you. Do you get what I'm saying? And so
Sure,
it's
if
the
you're
same.
acquiring value from her, if that's building up your value, then she's either adding to and or extracting from that. Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, because then it's like if Drake is messing with this chick who works at Starbucks, she's gonna think she can get Chris Brown, she can get any dude. Do you get what I'm saying? So now she ends up having kind of higher standard. This is the reason why when we say hoe makers, it's so deeper than that. It's like you're giving women the ego that they can get you.
Yeah.
Therefore, the standards might end up raising over time because well, I got Drake, so I need a man who's gonna make this much as Drake. You know what I'm
And
saying?
meanwhile, you got to be fucked by Drake, but you would never get him as your husband. And then they're setting that as a standard for husbands going forward. It's
Yep.
almost
Yeah.
a third thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I feel
Absolutely.
like overall it gives like a very perverted view of like what love and marriage like should be. It's like, oh, he can make you a hoe, we can't make you wife. I'm like, I wouldn't want to be his wife to begin with if he believes you can commit fornication or you have to continuously fornicate and gain quote unquote experience instead of praying to God for like who should be, you know, your wife, who you should spend the rest of your life with. Not to mention, God says a man shall leave his father for, you know, his one wife. Because they were talking something about like infidelity and stuff in there, like how it's okay.
But see, Megan, I'm not sure that that's true. I went down this path with a girl recently.
Are we talking about the Arab/Indian looking dude?
I'm just saying that it's not. It doesn't say one wife. I don't think it doesn't specify that. And I'm not saying right or wrong. But
Wait,
I went
wait.
down
Are
this
you
path
talking about the Bible?
Yeah.
No. Well, so the Bible does say that a man should have one wife. When it talks, so men who really don't follow the Bible will use the Bible and say, well, the Bible said men have multiple wives.
The one
But
man
it's
who
not-
did and it didn't end well for him.
No, well, yeah, it's not what people think it is. Do you get what I'm saying? Like men didn't have multiple wives because that's what God wanted. That's not true. They were given a wife if the woman was able to not bear children. That makes sense?
Well, from what I understand, like a lot of the godly men, like Solomon and David and others, had multiple wives. Noah, I think.
But do you know why though? Do you see what I'm saying? So because when you stop right there and go, they had multiple wives, therefore it should be okay if you have multiple. There was a reason why, and I think that's the problem I have. Not you, but that I see men online. There's this guy who follows me specifically who mentions that all the time. I don't want to say his name, but he mentions that all the time. It's like, well, in the Bible, it's not wrong to have multiple wives, but no one actually reads the full context to know why that man had an extra wife. Do you get what I'm saying? Because God literally does say one man, one woman. When you do have an extra wife, it's because there's usually like a woman can't bear children. So God would bring the extra wife to him. And if he does, he can't neglect the child or women before that. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So it's not like he's saying
that passage because like I was going through it with this chick that was adamant about it. And I was just like, oh, I that strikes me as odd because like I'm just a layman from, you know, being brought up as a Catholic, but like there's a lot of godly men that had multiple wives in the Bible. So can you show me the passage where it says like one man and one wife? Because I'm just curious. I'm not trying to say that like men should do it or the Bible says
The
it.
fact you said wife, not wives.
Okay, show me the passage. I want to read it. That's all I'm saying. Then I'll be on your side. Because I'm not making an argument for multiple wives, by the way. I'm just saying that like it doesn't sound necessarily like it's a sin. It wasn't specified as a sin either. So I mean, if people do end up doing that and everybody's consenting,
okay. Matthew 19:5-6, and said, therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, singular, and the two shall become one flesh.
Okay, can you go back to when David became king and how he?
You mean the man You mean the man who lusted after another man's wife and had him killed so that he can
Well,
pursue his wife, and then didn't God kill his firstborn son because of it?
Okay, and then after that, he received many wives from. I was just reading it recently with a friend of mine. That's why I know.
I'm pretty sure it didn't end well. Just because he
Well,
had 700
so-
wives didn't
It doesn't
mean
matter if it ends well.
doesn't
or
mean
not.
God permitted it.
It's
There's a
a
lot of
sin.
things in the Bible that people did that God didn't permit.
Listen, is a specified sin is what I'm asking, and if not, then like we can't just get saying that it's wrong.
Let's see.
No, so I was talking to Sunny about this too, and she was telling me that one of the reasons, again, we'll move on to something else. I don't want to get too biblical, but no, not that I don't love God or anything, but
Yeah, just kidding.
it's just that if you do read that men have multiple wives, there's often a reason for that. So I hear what you're saying, Nick, that it said that, it said X had Y. And I hear you, Megan, that, there are certain passages for why X should be Y. But what I don't hear from you, Nick, is like the reason why that happened. What was the reason they have multiple wives? Just because?
It wasn't specified. I read all of David's chronicle from killing Goliath all the way through his kingship, and he just was given multiple wives.
But was there a reason why?
Didn't specify, I don't think.
Because I'm sure it's
Because he could have them, and he wanted to bear a lot of kids. I think he said.
he said that was in David.
Yeah, King David.
Well, we won't go too much on that.
I'm intrigued by that thing though, because I'm not necessarily a Christian at this point in my life, but I still could see that there's some merit in there. So I'm always just trying to ask.
A lot of things you're reading, I noticed like we're from like Old Testament scriptures, and I know like as Christians we're supposed to follow the New Testament. The only things from like the Old Testament that really transferred into the New Testament were the first 10 commandments.
Right, which are pivotal foundations. But also, if it was supposed to be a sin, don't you think God would specify it like one of the 10 commandments? Thou shalt not have multiple wives.
Well, he says, "Thou shalt not commit adultery," and if you have more
But
than one wife,
if they're all your wives, that's not adultery.
If you're allowed to have more than one wife, then what is adultery? Because adultery means
adultery is non-wives, I think.
That's fornication, right? If you're married and you cheat on
Well,
your spouse.
let's I might not that I don't want to talk about this, but let's kind of move it along. We can go with that all night long with that one.
That's what she said.
It's good. If you don't mind, I wanted to kind of ask this last question for both Duran and Megan, because, and Megan specifically towards you, I think I find it pretty interesting. But okay, Duran, if you got into a relationship, well, first of all, are you trying to get married? Do you believe in marriage, Duran?
I do, but I mean, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I don't know if I would actually get married legally. I'd probably just do
I've
it.
been saying that on this podcast.
Yeah,
man.
I'd probably just do it under the church, and that's about it. I don't think I would do it through the state.
Well, that's what people should do.
Why,
yeah,
man?
screw the government. Yeah, don't get married by the government. The government will screw you over. Like they literally will screw you over. Yeah, do it through the church, and then the church can be the one to adjudicate what happens, if anything should happen between you and your wife. That's usually how it goes, anyways. If there's a problem, you go to the church and they solve it.
I think more
because I would like kids, and I would want to be married, so that way my kids know that their mom and dad are married.
How old are you?
33.
And then Megan, how old are you?
23.
Okay. When
My
you
ex is
get
23.
Got a full decade.
actually, okay. But before I get to that question, I want to ask this. Duran, you said your ex was 23. Is there anything wrong with that age gap, Megan? I'm curious to know what you think.
I mean, it's legal. She's well over the legal age limit. But personally, for me, if I was hit on by a 33-year-old, I'd be a little sussed out. It's like, why? Are you going with girl? Why? Have you not hit it off with girls your own age?
But
Is it because you think I'm more naive, susceptible, and stuff.
Well,
trainable, programmable.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Hold on. Real quick. So, what if a man, let's say he was 40 years old, and he met a woman who was 20? Would you be okay with that?
If you're old, to me, I get like this is just my personal opinion, but like if you're old enough to be my dad, like you're at an age where you could possibly be my dad, I would be very, very sussed out. Like, why are
Megan,
you?
I got a good argument for you back to what you said earlier.
Oh
What
God,
if I
what?
want a woman with less trauma, and therefore she's not going to bring that into the relationship? Wouldn't I want a younger woman?
Well,
What was it like? Less from
Well,
like
you were traumatized by your previous relationships, and you had a hard time. Like,
I'm not like traumatized for it, but
whatever you wanna
maybe
call it.
more
You know what I'm getting at.
cautious
Like,
and
you
careful.
were skeptical of this guy. You were cautious of this guy because of those relationships. Well, what if I want you to have less of that baggage? Wouldn't I need you to be younger?
well, that's
That's a weird
that can
argument.
that can be subjective. That can be subjective. So let me ask this. Let me ask this. Just real quick, Megan. So I want to get back to the 40-year-old and the 20-year-old. You're saying, oh, oldest to be a dad, but I'm asking morally, what's wrong with that?
I guess more of like I would highly question like why is a 40-year-old going after a 20-year-old and stuff. And the reason why I bring up like he's old enough to be your father and stuff is because it's like, again, why not somebody your own age, I guess. And like again, eliminate
morally,
the whole like
But morally, what's wrong? But morally, what's wrong with that? Like
Nothing
from a
according to
moral
the Bible. There's a lot of that too, where the male's like almost twice the age of the wife.
Yeah,
It wasn't also like arranged marriages back then.
but no,
where
but
people figured out
my
a
question
convenience.
is, but my question is, morally, what is wrong with that? Like I'm asking, like, what's wrong with a 40-year-old man dating a 20-year-old woman? Like, what's wrong with that morally?
People often question like if she was groomed into it.
Yeah, she was trained to be a good wife.
Well, but
Be a
that
good
doesn't
wife.
answer. But that doesn't answer the question though. Like morally, what's wrong with that? Like I'm asking, what's
I know. I
morally
guess I would
wrong
look
with
at that
that?
and be like, because it's a 20-year age gap. Like literally, when she.
So what?
It gives
Because it
you
just sounds like
the only
it just sounds.
Would you want somebody 20
Well,
years?
because it
Genuinely,
just sounds
just
like
like let me ask you this question:
it
Would you want somebody
just sounds
20
like.
years? Would you want
But
somebody
it
20 years older than your daughter
but
going after?
it just sounds like it gives you the ick.
Yep, that's all the answer is.
So outside of the
Would you want somebody who's 20 years older than your
hold on.
daughter pursuing
Megan,
her?
if they protect you,
Wait,
provide for her.
hold on. Answer my question, then I'll answer yours. Absent, it just gives me the ick. What's wrong with that?
That he's taking advantage of her.
Wait, so
Take advantage of him.
wait. So you think that he's taking advantage of her, but you don't think that she, as a 20-year-old, be taking advantage of him?
How is she taking advantage of him?
How's he taking advantage of her?
He's well established. He's a success in life at 40 instead of 20, which you're not yet. It takes a long time to build to there. So
The way I
she's
look at it,
leeching off it.
the way I look at it and stuff, like if I was 20 and a 40-year-old man was hitting on me, it's like I have more to lose if the relationship doesn't work out. If he tells me like I can't go to college and all that stuff, it's and
How
then we
so?
break
What
up.
if he's wealthy and whatnot? He has more to lose. You don't have anything yet.
Well,
You
that's
can
the
take half
thing.
his
He already
shit.
has all this stuff. I don't have
Right.
anything.
You can take
I'm
half
at-
of that if you leave him.
and I'm at an age where, well, not even like with marriage and stuff. Like, what if he dates me and then dumps me, and then like I wasted all like these years of like establishing myself, especially being in college, studying towards what I want, and he sort of like robs that from me while he's
That
still
doubting,
he's already
but you can rob.
Attitude is a very, very toxic approach to
usually
relationship.
guys like that don't even want to marry somebody that young. They just want like short-term fun, and they think that they're easy.
Or it's because women are fertile when they're younger.
Most fertile,
and the older
exactly.
that they get, their eggs tend to fall off as they get older.
Then why
So
not
matter of
somebody who's
fact,
like,
hold on, stop, hold on.
oh my god,
There's an article by ABC News that was talking about female athletes who train too hard tend to have problems with their pregnancy. So there's a woman, it's like Sarah something, that was her name, and she was in her the headline, the subtext said that she was in her reproductive primes because she was in her 20s. So that what it was pointing out was the fact that when women are younger, they're more fertile, as to when they're older, they are not. So if a man who's 40 gets with a woman who's 20, it's because he knows she can bear children. So why would that be morally wrong according to you? Other
why
than
couldn't he have done that
it.
whenever he was younger?
Because he didn't have any money to take care of a family at that point yet. It takes a long time to establish that.
Oh, well, then what was his occupation?
Well,
It takes
hold
a
on.
long time. You women are very naive with this kind of thing. It takes a long time for a man to build up. I'm 36, 37. I mean, I'm still just like only starting to hit my financial stride. It's not that easy.
My dad was built when he had his first child at 25.
Different generation,
but
different era.
the exceptions don't make the rules. So, for example, if you notice, look at how all the women look at these male celebrities now who are in their 40s, kind of 50s, versus when they was younger. They didn't really pay attention to these guys. they didn't really pay attention to these guys when they were younger, but once they got older, started doing more movies, getting more status. Now you start to see, like, look at how much women praise Henry Cavill.
Well, men
I mean,
don't have a fertility window like you women do. You guys are on a shot clock, man. We can literally get a girl pregnant to the day we die.
That's weird.
You're weird.
People,
No, but
stop doing it after 60.
so Megan, so real quick, I just want to clarify. Absent, it just gives me the ick. What is morally wrong with it?
I guess because the age gap, you're taking advantage of somebody.
Okay. What if he's 60? What if he's 60 and she's 40? Are you still taking advantage of her?
Well, that's a bit different because when you're 40,
that's a huge age gap. That's a huge age gap.
And I've said this before I've said this before on previous lives, Julius. I've said this before on previous lives. When you're 20, you can't drink. You're most likely not even graduated from college.
You can vote.
You're not in a position. You're in a very, very vulnerable position.
But you can vote. A 20-year-old can take my life
Voting
away
only gets you
based on how they vote.
I hear what you're saying, Megan. You're saying
there's certain jobs you can't hold until you're 21. Like there's more things you can't.
Megan.
Yeah, but the person can vote.
When you're 40,
they can destroy my life.
Megan, correct me if I'm wrong. Am I hearing you right? You're saying that she's very impressionable still at that age, and could be taken advantage of by a predator or somebody looking to do her wrong, right?
Basically, when you're 20,
but
there's that, and there's also the fact you can't drink. There's certain jobs.
Megan, am I following you? Is this what you're saying? She's impressionable, and that's vulnerable.
What do you mean impressionable?
Impressionable, like she can be impressioned. He can impression her. He can influence her. Is that not what you're saying?
I feel like 20-year-olds don't really have like much standards. Like they just
want to. But they vote. What are you talking about?
But they can't. Vote. They can't.
So you're saying that women are so dumb that the guy might take control of her, but she can.
That's not even a woman. That's not even a man or woman thing. That's just an age.
Okay, hear me out, Megan. So they don't have standards yet and whatnot. That's exactly what us men are looking for. We don't want a woman that's been already created and turned into some other man's wife.
Megan's proving my point.
We're trying to, yes, and I'll admit it. Like Red Pill and other people have said, you should find a young wife that you can train to be your best wife.
Find someone your own age.
You know what the crazy part is? Like, you're probably going to have to, nowadays, you're probably going to have to cuff them in high school because once they go to college or even after they turn 21, it's a wrap.
Even in high school, there's probably a wrap for a lot of these people. They're done.
Probably.
But the men at that age who are in high school, they don't really have their, like, it does take a minute for guys to build up. And so what I'm trying to get to Megan is that what I find interesting to me is that when you say a 40-year-old and then a 20-year-old, you automatically just assume it's the 40-year-old who's like this boogeyman, but you'll never question the 20-year-old who's dating the 40-year-old. And the fact that this 20-year-old or even younger, 19, 18, that woman can vote. She can vote my life away by voting for a Democrat. Hold on, stop. She can vote my life away by voting for a Democrat. So they're so dumb to date, but yet they have the cognitive, non-cognitive dissonance to vote. Do you get what I'm saying? So why is it that it's only like, oh, the man is so dangerous to ruin this girl's life, but she can ruin my life with a single vote?
Well, I'm not voting away anybody's rights and stuff.
Not yet.
I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you.
Like, how do you how do you not see it's creepy for somebody 20 years older than me to be pursuing?
How is it not creepy for a 20-year-old girl for dates?
Well, Megan, what he's saying is you're only looking at the woman as the victim, potential victim, and the man as the predator, and not the other way around, which it could certainly be.
I can't really see much of what a 20-year-old can do.
You never heard of a gold digger before?
A man usually allows that in.
There it is. She's just.
Oh, see right there. It's a man's fault. What about the men, though?
Megan, I figured it out. The man is always the predator, oppressor in your eyes, and can never be a victim.
You're a feminist, Megan.
Exactly.
You're a feminist.
Men can't be victimized.
Exactly.
You're a feminist. It's okay.
I'm glad you own it. I'm glad you can own that. That's cool. It's good.
You're a Republican feminist.
If you guys had a 20-year-old daughter, would you rather her, date a 20-year-old, or if you had to pick like a 35-year-old,
well-established 35-year-old man that's planning on giving her a family in the world? Oh, no, yes, I'll definitely want that, not the 20-year-old.
Yeah. If my daughter's 21 and she came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, I met this guy. Let's say he's 31, but he's a man of God, got great relationship with his family, reads the Bible, financially, like he's financially stable, but he's humble about it. I'm fine with that because he's humble. And if I meet him and we talk, hang out, he's a good dude. Got no problem with it. He's set. Now, if he's obviously like, let's say he is older, but he's like super disrespectful. Like he comes in, doesn't shake my hand, kind of thing, but still wants to date my daughter. Nah, get the heck out, buddy. You ain't.
Okay, I'm glad you established that.
Yeah.
But Megan, here's the thing: your
Getting
peers,
a little worried, Julius.
your peers are not at all prepared or equipped to be able to take care of you or be the head of a household, financially or otherwise, as a leader. And you women think that you want the peers, but that's exactly why we need to repeal the 19th and why you need your fathers in your life and you guys pick men out, because that's so wrong. You need a man that is competent and capable and able to provide and eager to do it. And that man is not going to be established until, again, like maybe 35, 40, 45, 50. Men hit their like peak at 45 to 55 financially.
Yeah, and a 23-year-old guy, like they're still just trying to figure out life, They're just trying to figure out what they're going to get into. It's hard for them to focus truly on a girl.
Kissing, bro. When I was 23.
That's why you know this. And I'm not trying to go this route because it's such a rhetoric talking point. But if you do look at the scope of this, like for example, you often see like, I'll give you an example, like college parties, right? You'll see like a lot of these young girls get invited to these parties, whereas a lot of dudes don't get invited like that because when the girls are there, now it's a party, but you don't see a lot of men just showing up like that unless they're frat.
Aren't you the ones hosting?
Bro,
no,
it's
but
just
I'm saying like
whatever else. The men have to own the yacht to get on a yacht. The women just have to show up looking pretty.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like
same game. Men are not valued until they start to earn and prove valuable. Women are inherently valued and coveted, so they have that value up front. And it's hard for you guys to see that men don't have that. The only men you guys notice may have that, but that's because they're the attractive ones to you. Most
like
men don't ever get it.
I feel like that can be like misconstrued because if you're gonna give like the argument of like women can go to a bar and get free drinks or have guys like pay for drinks for them.
That happens.
We're not getting drinks for free. Usually they're
But you are.
And they're bold about it nowadays
if you wanted to.
Hmm?
Right?
Yeah.
You could get them if you want to, right?
Well,
here's the thing.
They are though. I've seen
Here's
it
the
happen.
thing.
I've literally gone to clubs and seen women get free
Here's
drink
the
because
catch.
the men are paying for it. But
Here's
it's not
the
the other
catch.
way. It's not the other way around.
Julius?
Girls are bold about it nowadays too.
Here's the
Megan,
catch.
maybe you don't accept them, but you could get free drinks, right? From if you wanted to.
It's like but here's the thing. Anytime we're offered a drink, they're usually expected for us to pay them back in a different currency, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
No, but hold on.
So is it really for free if you're expecting?
But hang on. But even let's grant that. Let's grant that worldview. Okay, let's grant that. Even still, the women will still get a free drink, whether she says, because mind you, she's the gatekeeper to sex. He can't just have sex unless she says yes, right? Unless it's by force, which is not good. But what I'm saying is that
you can tease the guy to get that free drink and then not give him anything, and that was free. You didn't have to give up anything.
Yeah. Whether
but
he
usually,
wants
if that happens, we usually fear for our lives.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Listen, it doesn't matter if you want something from it or not. You have the power to say yes or no. So therefore, you will still get a free drink without having to do anything. That's what we're trying to show you. The distinction is that you can get a free drink where you don't really see it the other way around, especially in clubs. Women aren't buying men free drinks.
I'm gonna try to get a free drink next time I go out.
Nowadays,
Epic. If you can make
that'd be a good street interview. Yeah, that'd be a good little experiment.
But nowadays, women are saying yes, even if they don't want to, because they're afraid of how a man's going to react. That's how dangerous it is for us.
If a man's trying to buy you drinks to get in your pants, he's not going to be a grapist. A grapist is going to take advantage of you against your will without trying to buy you a drink and get you that way. Don't worry about these men that are trying to buy you drinks. They're just sympathetic, and you're going to get a free drink out of it, I guess.
And also, too, I noticed
we're not a drink, so I don't really drink.
Yeah, but I noticed that women always go to the extreme example that I think we all can agree on is not good, just to make a point, as if you guys don't understand the distinction. There is a distinction between men and women. And what we're saying is that for men, a lot of times, and there are maybe young men that do become successful at a young age, but oftentimes, look at the male celebrities now who are in Hollywood. A lot of women like these men now versus from before when they didn't know who he was. When he was an up and coming, not many women liked that dude because they had no idea who he was. Once he gained some status, Then they start to know who he is. Now they like a Ryan Gosling. Now they like a Jason Momoa and things like that. You get what I'm saying? Like even not just celebrities, but just look at men. So for example, I asked you the question about what women value and what men value, right? Men value physical, but women value the financial. So I told you, if I were to show up in a Cybertruck car, what would be your thought of me? Now, mind you, aside from what you think of the Cybertruck, I'm not asking about the truck. I'm asking you
Nick, you're
if
using my
you
answer to it.
right. So yeah, I'm
Nick,
not
no,
saying
Nick,
what you think about the
you missed it. So he asked me about the Cybertruck, and I'm like, that is literally this piece of metal I've ever seen in my whole life.
You thought better.
Try better. Try again. Give me a better.
But absent what you think about the car, I'm saying that, for example, if you and I were talking, right, and then I was meeting you for the first time, and I pull up in a Cybertruck, what would you think of me if I pull up in that?
Cybertruck.
Like, this is literally genuinely my thought process. I'm like, he's one of those people.
No, but Jesus Christ.
He believes in electric cars. That's a red flag to me.
Okay, you know what? Screw the electric car. Let's just say the Cybertruck. Let's say the Cybertruck was a gas car, right? But matter of fact, screw that. Let's just say I pulled up in like a brand new Hummer. What would you think of me if I pulled up in a brand new Hummer?
A brand new Hummer, Megan. You can envision it. All the bells and whistles.
I don't know what it looks like, but let's assume it's a nice car. I mean, I'd be like, yeah, it's a nice car, but I mean, that's not really enough to sway me.
But what I'm saying is, the point I'm making is that if I were to pull up in the Hummer, you would look at that and go, he must have money, because I can afford a Hummer. And if I can afford a Hummer, what else can I afford? Which might be a family. It's like a long-term thought process. Whereas with you, if I see you look nice, like let's say I see you on campus and you look good, I'm going to be attracted to your looks, whereas you're going to be attracted to what I can provide. That's what men and women value. And that's like it's biological wiring. You women value financial. It's totally fine. It is what it is. But you guys value financial because if you want a long-term relationship with the guy, you're going to want some type of security when it comes to family. Therefore, the guy should be financially stable in order to take care of a family.
Hey, listen to what Grace said. I think that women have ruined chivalry and men have ruined it also because women have become so crazy and easy, so to speak.
I would say men have ruined it because they stepped down from the masculinity. They became emasculated. Therefore, there's no more masculinity to lead the women. And women ruined it because of feminism, because we know that feminism basically was a movement to tell women that they can basically be equal as a man, when in reality, we're never going to be equal. No matter how hard they try, we're going to be equal.
They're killing chivalry by friend zoning all the quote good perfect guys and fucking the assholes and getting pregnant by them, because it gives a conflicting message to men that are decent good dudes who aren't getting anywhere with girls getting friends all the time. Then they see these pieces of garbage who treat them like crap getting better results, so they figure, hey, what do I got to lose? I'm not getting anywhere. I might as well start acting like that piece of shit. He gets better treatment from her, and that's boom, women killed chivalry.
Exactly.
I think chivalry was also ruined when things became really surface leveled and transactional.
Well, yeah. Let me ask you a question real quick. Yeah, just this last question, and then we'll end it. But I just want to ask Megan this real quick. Megan, do you want a guy to pay for the first date?
I mean, my boyfriend did.
No, but would you expect it or like it?
I mean, I expect it when like they're the ones who invited me. Instead of like, hey,
they're always going to be the one who invites you. The men initiate the dates, Megan.
Yeah. So, but
I don't know. He initiated it.
But right, initially, you want him to pay, though, right? Initially, you would like him to pay on the first date.
If he's considering it a date, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So yeah, Nick saying why? Like, why should he pay in the first date?
Well, I mean, in my case, he invited me.
But Megan, isn't the man always doing the inviting? You don't invite people out on dates as a woman.
I guess again, I'm Christian and stuff like.
So you should always get asked out, and they should pay for it because there's standards of men and women.
Isn't it emasculating if a guy's asked out?
Okay, so there are roles, right?
Would Jesus pay for the first date?
I mean, he gave his only son,
Well, look, it is
Yes.
emasculating if the guy gets asked out, and it's also emasculating if you don't let him pay for it or you try to pay half. It's also emasculating if he asks you to put your shoulders up to not fucking him on that.
Shut up.
So the reason why I ask this is because it does seem like women want tradition, but then only when it benefits them. Do you know what I mean? So you'll want tradition, him to ask you out, pay for the first date, hold the door open for you, all these traditional stuff. But it sounds like you have a problem. I know this is what I'm going to tell you earlier. You point out things in the Bible, like you're telling me about the Bible, you're pointing all these things out to like correct them. But the moment we talk about submission and obey, you kind of like the Bible goes right out the window for you.
They don't have to. They
It's
don't
like,
have to
what
bring anything to
Bible?
the table. They're expecting everything that benefits them, but without offering anything in return.
Yeah, it's like you ignore the Bible when the Bible says to obey the man, but every time we talk about obedience, women always say, "Well, if it's to the right guy," it's like that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the right guy. Let's absent him being a jerk. If he's the right guy, he's everything you want him to be. Why is it so hard for women to be who are Christians? Why is it so hard for women to submit to leadership? How come they don't want to do that? It's like you guys
Because
want
they don't believe there is a right guy. Megan revealed tonight that she sees no man as a victim. All men are oppressors and abusers, potentially. So, therefore, they're not going to submit to any man.
Yeah, Republican feminists.
And they're going to have to buy a dog and die alone. Shout out the Godfather, Kevin Samuels. Back to
Republican pro-life feminist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
the cat lady. Conservative women can be cat ladies just as well as liberals.
I mean,
Matt, I got one
cats
last
are probably
question for you,
sitting with
Megan.
a bunch of sewing machines.
Cats
I
don't
got one last
discriminate.
question for you.
Is
So
it
you and I
have to do
you
with
and
your
I-
Trump impression?
so,
Yeah, ask her in the Trump.
well, Megan, I got one question only.
I have to do my Biden impression then.
Let's
Yeah,
say
answer Biden.
let's say your boyfriend wanted you to stop talking to Julius. You know Julius, great guy, great man.
Yeah.
If you wanted you to stop talking to Julius, would you not stop talking to Julius? What would you do?
Where are we looking? Juliana. She seems like a nice little girl.
Okay, let's let Kamala
You just
answer
drop a
this.
new Biden.
Because we need a sensible answer to that. That's an interesting question. Kamala, answer.
It's hard to do Kamala. That's hard to do. I don't think I can do Kamala to laugh, but that's like
Let me
it.
see. Wait. What's a good Kamala quote?
You gotta say
2020
something.
ain't over until January 5th.
Yeah.
Don't even do the laugh from white chicks.
I'm a total conniving bitch that nobody likes.
Do not wait. Do not come.
But
Do
in
not
all, I'm gonna come. But in all seriousness, just last question, quick. I'm just curious. I'm curious to know about your level of submission. If your boyfriend did say, "Hey, I noticed you talk to this guy Julius a lot. Maybe don't talk to him no more." Like I feel uncomfortable with that. Would you tell me, "Hey,
been a little mean to me lately"?
Cut Julius or I'm out.
yeah,
That's
no, but like, what if that was a boundary where he was unsure? Like he saw I was kind of like, let's say he sees my Instagram page, he's like, "Oh, this guy has this many followers."
You know what? You're right, babe. Julius has been a little mean to me lately.
Do you drop Julius like a cold habit?
Huh?
Do you drop Julius like a bad habit?
Well, I mean, he's been a little mean to me lately. So
no, but listen. Let's say I was not mean. All these things, like let's just say your boyfriend just felt. Let's say that he just happened to see a DM. Wasn't nothing flirtatious, nothing like that. We don't do that.
Yeah,
but let's just say that he saw that and he was like, "Hey, I noticed this DM with this guy. It's like you guys are pretty friendly." I feel that it doesn't sit right with me. You know, maybe don't talk to this guy because he may like you. Let's just say that's how he feels. Would you follow his lead?
I mean, yeah, because I've experienced like actual people who, actually, wanted to hit on me and stuff.
So to like cover yourself, you don't see like that worthy to follow as well?
Well, he's never asked me to do that.
No, but I'm saying like you were saying you don't believe in that. You would think that the person's like trying to be controlling or whatever. What if they're trying to keep you from getting into trouble? Just like
There's certain things I would consider reasonable versus like unreasonable. Like
Like
if there's
what?
someone and stuff, like you mentioned, like the Julius thing you mentioned, someone sent me like a weird DM. Like to me, that's pretty reasonable and stuff.
But telling you to not be revealing of yourself is not.
Like if it's something like my dad allows me to wear and it's nothing different than what
Your dad is not your husband, and that body is supposed to be for me just as mine is for yours. Why are you?
But I'm also not his wife yet.
No,
Why are you trying to show
but
it to other people?
Like please,
I
like,
mean,
try to
if
get
you-
my situation. I'm also not his wife yet.
You're a little whore, man. Too, man. These girls have to be revealing with this shit.
and honestly,
Your husband-
look, honestly, if you think about it though, like, I mean, wasn't the point of being boyfriend? Honestly, at this point, I don't even believe in boyfriend and girlfriend. I think boyfriend and girlfriend is just an excuse to have sex before marriage.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
what
we
about like before you're married? What are you doing? Like, what's that called? What would you consider that?
Because
Like-
you should be practicing. You should be dating to marry, right? If you're just boyfriend and
Yeah.
girlfriend, like
Like I guess
should be
some
dating.
people would say courtship and stuff, like that kind of
Okay, yeah.
and stuff.
Dude,
Because
you know,
so
my mom
if-
told me-
me, I guess for me and stuff, like when I get engaged, I don't want to have like a prolonged engagement based on our circumstances. Like I want to be able to get engaged and then plan a wedding within a matter of months.
Duran, what were you
Like,
going to say?
don't propose to me yet until then.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say my mom. She was telling me of how my great grandpa married my great grandma, and she said that it took like 1 week for that to happen. My great grandpa seen my grandma riding her bike down the little dirt road or whatever. He slipped a note in her basket saying, "Hey, meet me over here this Saturday," and they met up, and then they got married the Saturday after that.
Wow.
That is the most 1950s thing I've ever heard.
My grandma and grandpa
that has
wasn't
been
that
like-
fast, but they
That
were
was probably
fast.
like 1910s, probably 1920s.
Wow.
around
The
there.
most 1920s thing I've
And
ever
did they go
heard.
the distance, bro? They never divorced or anything, right?
Never divorced, stayed together forever through
That's-
abuse. and everything.
yeah, base.
I think that's how they just did it back then. And then nowadays,
Yeah.
they kind of like play this weird little dating game. I
And
don't
they
know.
committed back then, and now we're
Yeah.
doing the opposite of that. We're looking for reasons to call it off the whole time.
Yeah, and plus it's so different now because like I always advocated to like get to know somebody for a year because look at the times we're in now. Like things have changed so drastically. Around that time, it was more modest to not be sleeping around like that. You get what I'm saying? So you were kind of
Yeah,
more,
About
yeah.
you don't have
And
to worry
so
about
Who?
wife divorcing you because she's not happy. You know,
yeah,
Those hardly existed back then, and now we're drowning in them. We can't escape them.
yeah. The sexual liberation really it changed everything.
change
And
everything.
it's a whole deeper rabbit hole, but nonetheless, it made women think that they can have sex like men and just go be promiscuous. And now that's why I say, for at least for me now, my standard, my preference is that you should get to know somebody for at least a year, like get to know them for a year, because that way you want to find out. I guess you can say 6 months to a year to find out like whether or not they're really for you.
A
Because
feminist in disguise, man.
yeah, I mean, you might get a transformer like Mick. No, I'm playing.
Don't do that. Hey, Megan, I gotta say, you're a
A
great
Meg
sport.
former.
Trans Megan.
Yeah, come on, I can't be that bad.
No,
Trans
you're a great
Megan.
sport, Megan.
Trans Megan, Republican in disguise.
Democrat in disguise.
Except she's very, very pro-life.
But
Megan,
yeah,
she wears the pants in her relationship.
I'm wearing pants right now.
We can tell.
hey, your boyfriend to leave you. No.
Run away,
He's not
bro.
gonna do that.
Run away
So-
while you still can. Young
Do
man.
you, Durant, Megan, you guys have any like final thoughts? Any questions you guys have or anything like that before we end the show?
I'm curious. Oh, you go first.
No, go
Yeah,
ahead.
go-
I need something.
I was just gonna say we should end on an icebreaker. What's your best pickup line? To use on
Chivalry's not dead, by the way. Duran just said ladies first.
What's your best, Julius?
made-
What's your best pickup line to use on someone?
I made
Hang on,
one up.
wait.
I made one up. You guys can use it. I go up to them. I say, "Hey, I don't care what they say. I think we'll look good together." And then that's like the stupid
Nice, bro. Like, who's they? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You want to know the pickup line that really worked for me? I even said
Okay.
this pickup line. You're not gonna believe this. Well, first of all, I said hi, and then I told him I asked him, "Was your ex-girlfriend an organ donor?" He's like, "I'm not sure. I don't think so." And I'm like, "Oh, she's not. She wasn't." And he was, and I was like, "Oh, she wasn't." He was like, "Yeah. Why do you ask?" I'm like, "I'm just curious because I mean, you're way too handsome to be with somebody you can't even give her their heart."
Oh, okay.
And I said, I took it a step further. And I said, "Lucky for you." And then I showed him my driver's license, and the bottom it said I was an organ donor.
I'd be like, "So are you trying to fuck or what?"
I mean, it worked for me.
Is that what you're saying? No.
I mean, it worked for me. Well, it worked for me getting a date and making
a little side note. I don't want to get too deep into this, but
come on, Julius, hit us with one.
If anybody has organ donor on a license plate, get that changed immediately.
Oh, this is Julius. Let's not get old. We can get into this another show, but yes, I know.
Nick, Nick, you already know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's just take that, get it off your license plate, because
no, it's on your driver's license.
And they want it.
Yeah, they will find a way to get that.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll donate an organ to a chick if you know what I mean.
Okay, so Megan, your pickup line is like way too long. So
I got one. I know. It was a terrible delivery. It was terrible everything.
By the time Megan gets to the joke, the guy's like half walk away. He's like, "I gotta get to class." Like, I'm sorry, I gotta get to class.
I'm cool. Whatever you're.
What's your name again? Meg.
You can tell cute women from men though, because they're like literally like baby trying to walk on their baby legs when they're trying to do something. They don't ever have to do it, so they're so awkward. But here's mine. Are you tired, girl? Because you've been running through my dreams all night.
This guy. What a boomer.
No, I feel like I have the most some pathetic Jews like, "I can't stop thinking about you" and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm notorious for living in people's heads rent free. I'm a certified squatter.
That's not a great response.
No, well, that's the thing. I didn't like him like that because he was just not good. And he was trying to tell me that I'm like basically trying to deflect his own pickup line.
You probably turned him on even more with that. Not a good move.
If I had to give,
and then I said, "I carry." Well, I mean, I will be soon.
If I had to give one, mine used to be, "Do you know what time it is?" That's it. You know what time it is, and then it's about 4:10. Oh, what's your name?
That's it.
That's it.
Time for us to introduce ourselves. I'm Julius.
Yeah. I'm calling the police. Wait, hold on. Yeah.
Time for me to ask for your number.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have good pickup lines. I'm myself, you know.
Bro, there are no good pickup lines. But if you're using a pickup line, it's an inherently bad thing because it's unnatural and weird, and girls sense it.
It's scripted. It's like it's like free. It's like you're scripted, so you come off fake already. All right. Cool. Great show. I think there's a lot to clip from this show. Gonna be great. I'm gonna go through it for sure. This was good. Appreciate you guys coming on. Any final thoughts at all, Megan, Durant? Any final thoughts? Anything like that? Go up. Oh, Durant, where can everybody find you at?
Instagram, Mr. Ward 91, MR.WARD 91.
You were cutting out a little bit, buddy. What's your handle one more time?
Mr. Ward 91, MR.WARD 91.
Perfect.
Nice. Go check him out. He has great content. You guys should go watch it. It's very good stuff. Megan, where can the folks find you at?
Just right here. Well, I don't know how you guys.
The Asian man.
Yeah.
Megan, that's what she was
saying. Find her on YouTube.
I was like, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed if you're not subscribed already. Share this out with your friends. If your friends want to, if they're interested in relationship conversations, definitely show them the Age of Men podcast. So we want this YouTube channel to grow. Want to get more conversations going. It'd be cool. If you guys enjoyed this stream, like I said, do hit that like button. Any comments you guys have, definitely comment below. If you want to support the Age of Men so we can give you guys better quality content, you can definitely donate to us down below. Cash App's there. Any questions you guys have, you can always email us, or you can DM us on Instagram.com/Age of Men podcast. If you want to be a guest on the show, DM us on Instagram, Age of Men Podcast. Until then, take care. God bless, and be safe out there.
Peace,
How's it going,
people.
guys?
Great show, guys.